Welcome, everybody. It is 6 o'clock here at the MJ Morning Show. MJ, Fester, Michelle, as we kick things off here on a Wednesday. You know, the whole Clearwater ferry crash, there are a couple of things that I want to drill into later on. It's just a couple of things on the timeline and just the delay or omission of certain information on this crash. It's just not sitting well with me. You know, I was having a conversation with Michelle, and I want to address the write-in with Michelle in just a couple of moments here. But, Michelle, timeline-wise, the video of the actual crash, that excerpt, that, 30 seconds, that was released. You know, the video of the 37-foot center console private craft, that video was released of that vessel running up on the back end and over about, half or three-quarters of the rooftop of the Clearwater ferry.
Yes.
But where's the video of him then taking off? I mean, that same kind of shore camera, which was provided by the city of Clearwater, that same camera ought to have additional footage of him leaving the scene. Then we could also look at timestamps and find out if he really hung out for 11 minutes and then left. I know you had some observations on this.
He either stuck around for 11 seconds or 11 minutes. There's a big difference there.
We don't know.
And, you shared with me the video right before the conference. They did share it in the conference,
yes.
Publicly.
Yeah.
But
by the way, when they were showing the video at the press conference, they had a little IT problem. It took a while. You see, the guy kept clicking on the file.
That's a difficult thing.
Yeah, we were watching the presser live when it hit. What was that? That was, Monday? Yeah, Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. There was the press conference with Clearwater Police, with the FWC, with all the Clearwater Fire and Rescue, and I felt bad for the IT guy. He keeps, you see the desktop come up as they share it with the media feed, and the guy's just clicking the file, trying to play the .mov or whatever the heck it was. It's like MP4. Guys, click.
It took like a minute for it to play.
It did.
He's got one job.
Yeah.
Push one button.
Listen, it was a stressful day for that guy. Cut him a little break.
I agree.
You think the IT guy got yelled at?
No, it's not his fault.
I know. Well, no. If the file wasn't opening up, something was.
They've got bigger problems than the guy taking an extra 30 seconds.
But where is the other video?
Is that?
Yeah, why aren't they releasing that?
The whole video. I mean, I saw a report that the boat hooked up to the ferry to help move him.
Well, that's a claim.
That's a claim?
Yeah, but
did they move out of camera shot? Because that camera's static.
I want to get into this later on because there's another observation because an eyewitness is disputing some of the claims or an eyewitness and I guess a victim, somebody that was someone that was on the boat is because remember we talked about that yesterday that there's a victim that was on the boat that's disputing some of the timeline. I'm just saying the delay in getting the name of the operator out, why they didn't announce the name of the operator at the press conference, that's like standard to just at the presser reveal those involved and name the names instead of waiting, an hour plus for the PIO, the public information officer, to then release information in some type of emailed release. There's just a couple of just weird. All right, 6:04 at the MJ Morning Show. Let me mark this down for us to get into later because there are other little layers and elements that I want to get into a little later on. Michelle? Yeah. You were snoring on the way into work this morning.
Was I?
Yes. I'm a little concerned how...
then let me stay home.
Yeah.
Well, if you're so concerned.
Well, I'm a little concerned how long Michelle is going to be for this fill-in gig while we're down a female member of the MJ Morning Show, and the search is still on. There are some things in motion, and I'm got to follow up on that later today. But no, you fell asleep. Oh, and I'm also concerned that on the way we have a very fast ride in, Michelle, from our place in South Tampa across the Howard Franklin here to St. Pete.
So
it's fast. I mean, we're here it's about 12 minutes.
It's a good
Okay.
time for a little quick cat nap.
Yeah.
She's not driving. You're
Yeah.
driving. She's a little power nap.
I was saying that, Michelle was snoring this morning, but also from a safety standpoint, you're putting the seat all the way back. And I just don't think that the seat belt as designed is going to do much good if something happens. If somebody cuts in front of me and there's a collision, I'm just concerned when you're taking your little nap on our 12-minute run. We had a good night's sleep last night. We actually got to bed fairly early.
Okay.
I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
What are you, Chad over there from Saturday Night Live?
Okay.
What are you,
Okay.
what are you, Pete Davidson?
Okay.
Just acknowledging your comments.
Bessie, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And I know what Michelle's talking
Okay.
about.
Hey, can you find that?
Okay.
See if that's online. See if that's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete Davidson doing that kind of aloof, the Chad character
Thanks for your concern.
from Saturday Night Live. Okay.
Duly noted.
Okay.
Is that what you want me to say? Duly noted.
Okay. I think you ought to keep
Sustained.
I think you ought to keep your seat upright.
Is this an objection?
No, I'm just saying.
Overruled.
I think you should keep your seat upright, and you were kind of snoring. No, that's not it.
I'm looking.
No, that's Pete Davidson says goodbye for now. That's when he's leaving the show.
I'm looking through videos that I can't hear.
Dude,
Yeah, exactly.
just type in. You typed in Pete Davidson on Saturday Night Live. You got to be specific. Pete Davidson, Chad on Saturday Night Live.
I forgot the guy's name.
I just said it 3 times.
Chad's a very forgettable
Yeah.
name.
Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Yes, I mean, it should be somewhere. Chad Saturday Night. No, that's a Wikipedia entry. It's not a video. All right, Fester, you are officially the worst searcher of all time.
Oh my
Fire
God!
him.
Please let this be a requirement for the new female assistant
Yes.
person on the show who we're never gonna hire.
There's no female. It's not a female assistant.
Whatever the role.
Whatever
is
title
called.
you want to name it.
It's an MJ Morning Show co-host.
Whatever
Yeah.
wildly
Because-
misleading title you're gonna give this job.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you mean a wildly It's a co-host. There's no mystery about
No,
this.
there's one host and people who just kind of chip in around here.
No, you're a co-host of the MJ Morning Show as Fester, and then we have a job opening for a female additional co-host of the MJ Morning Show. I'm the host because it is the MJ Morning Show, and I have co-hosts, which are potentially of equal or lesser value.
Significantly lesser value.
Did you find?
Yeah.
Did you find? Did we stop?
I mean,
Did you find the Chad thing here?
I found Chad on Mars.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the-
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Roll back. Roll back a little bit.
Airlock and begin exit procedures.
Okay.
Chad on Mars.
Aren't you gonna say goodbye?
Bye.
Chad, I'll always cherish what we've had together.
Okay.
God, I wish we could make love just one last time. But we can't.
It's all good.
Chad, there's something that you should know before you go. I'm pregnant.
Oh, congrats.
The baby is yours. You're gonna be a father, Chad.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I have audio to play later on. I have the jury scam call partially recorded. You are not going to believe what happened. A friend of ours, Michelle and mine, we have a friend that was an attempted victim of the jury scam call, where they claim you missed jury duty and you got to pay $2,500 to avoid arrest. A friend of ours freaking out yesterday, and then kept them on the line for like 40 minutes while they were going through everything. Then they reached out to me, conference called me in, and that's where I had fun acting as their attorney. This is the timing was unbelievable. I have a portion of the jury scam that's been going around for a while. I've got that recorded, and I will play that next hour, 7 o'clock hour, here on the MJ Morning Show, so stand by. Okay. Busy MJ Morning Show today. 610 traffic sign here, Shriner. MJ Morning Show 620. Unbelievable. Ice cubes. The price of these ice cubes, ridiculous. MJ, Fester, Michelle, Wednesday morning. Full details on the massive Banco overhead doors Mother's Day garage door opener giveaway. Every day next week, we're giving away a $1,000 top-of-the-line garage door opener. That's about the installed price. So the unit plus the installation, about a $1,000 prize. And we're giving away 5 of these next week with the Mother's Day contest. And the entry email has been open since Monday morning. Full details on the way in just a bit. Mom wants a new garage door opener for Mother's Day. That's the bottom line. Would you pay $100 for 6 ice cubes?
All right.
If you were to get, now, are you aware of this story, or am
No.
I enlightening you? Michelle, did you go through my pile when I printed out the $100 ice cube story? Did you see this?
I didn't see that one.
All right, good. All right, so you guys are going into this blind. If I were to say that there's a company selling ice cubes for $100, what would your reaction be? I'll tell you right, it's 6 ice cubes. You get 6 ice cubes for $100.
Are they standard size ice cubes?
Yeah,
Like ice cube tray size ice cubes?
No,
or-
let's just go with a normal ice cube. You know, more of a block. You know, the nice, the large kind of square
Okay.
cubey ice cube that,
Like 2-inch by 2-inch block?
yeah,
or-
like you'll get in a good old fashioned
Okay.
that's nuts. When you go to
Okay.
what are you going okay for?
Now we're going to complain.
No, I'm not. What do you mean?
Well, you just said it drives you nuts, so
Well,
naturally a
because
complaint
if
follows.
you're at a restaurant or bar and you order an old fashioned and there's all kinds of chips of ice, it's like regular ice, like you're getting a Sprite. That drives me nuts. If you're going to serve it old fashioned, have a large, clear, like 2-inch by 2-inch square. Not as big as a Rubik's Cube, because that won't fit in the glass. But, you know, you want a good single square ice cube. Anyway, I don't, Andrew said, what about a sphere? That's another decent. So you, like, there's a mold where you can make the perfectly round,
Right.
not as big as like a paddle ball size. You know, like not a baseball, but it's those
like a
work.
pickleball size.
A squash ball.
Yeah.
I've never played pickleball. I don't even know how big a pickleball is.
All right,
But
so-
Bigger than a golf ball.
But that's not what you're talking
Smaller
about.
than a baseball.
That is true. It's bigger than thank you. Bigger than a golf ball, smaller than a baseball.
It's not what you're talking about with this ice.
All right, let me get back to this ice cube. There is a company that is harvesting ice from glaciers in Greenland, and they're selling 6 ice cubes for $100 freaking bucks.
Sign me up. Where do I get one?
Get out of
Where-
here!
Do I order that online?
All right, come on.
I mean, doesn't that sound tasty?
Just go.
What?
Get good spring water or distill and just make your own damn ice cube. You don't need $100 ice cubes from freaking Greenland.
I was going to guess they had something in them, like gold flecks.
No.
No, yeah, Michelle, they're so rare, I guess, because
Yeah.
they're straight off the glacier. But it doesn't sound tasty because you take the ice and you put ice into something.
Yeah.
You know, like you put ice into a Coke.
Well,
You
an
put-
old fashioned tastes very good, Fester.
Fester's on the Sam's Club website, and there's a 16-pound bag of ready ice for $3.08.
At one time, this ice was a glacier. There are people who believe that the Earth has the same amount of water as prehistoric time. Since the Earth was
What do you
yeah.
hold on? What do you mean there are people that believe? That's science.
Okay.
No, people still believe the earth is flat.
Well, hold on.
Wait a minute. What?
You mean no
hold
water's
on.
been created?
Wait a minute. I'm intrigued.
I don't believe that. I think there's someplace creating water.
Listen, dude.
Yeah.
I think there's new water.
There's the same amount of water on Earth for the beginning of time. The only water that's missing is water that was taken up to space and then jettisoned as waste. So the
No.
Earth, yes, the Earth has the same amount of water that it has always had.
Are you saying this amazing
hold on.
planet that
Hold on.
regenerates all the time can't produce any water?
All right, Fester, I'm just amazed that you just said there are some people that believe that the Earth has the same. Yes,
Those people are MJ.
No, it's called science.
I don't buy that at all.
What, dude?
I think Middle Earth is just a water-making factory.
Are you a flat earther?
No, the Earth is round because
You
that's...
think the Fiji water factory over on Fiji, They're creating new water that did not exist like 2 weeks ago.
In the bowels of the earth, I think there's new water born all the time.
All right, we stop. All right, it's a scientific fact that the earth has the same amount of water that it's always had. The only water that's missing is water that has been brought up to space and then jettisoned into space. That's the only amount of water that's missing from planet Earth. But $100 for 6 ice cubes? The CEO of Nalik Ventures, Nalik, Nalik Ventures, they are chipping off blocks of glacial ice. Don't we have enough glacial melting? Do we really need to be taking glacial ice from Greenland and then using a chainsaw to cut this crap up? I'm sorry. I'm into some interesting little quirky crap, but I'm not paying $100 for 6 ice cubes.
Not even once for a novelty?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, what do you think of the ice?
Not even. I'll make my own glacial ice. I'll get some highly delicious natural spring water. Hey, you could go to. Doesn't Walgreens sell that like water from Iceland or something? Or
Volvic?
No. What? It's the Walmart, not Walmart.
Walgreens.
Walgreens.
Yeah, they sell that.
What's the name of it?
I think they call it Nice at the.
Is it?
Right?
Oh yeah,
because it's like their brand, right?
So, yeah,
which is really good. That water is really good, by the way.
It is. So Walgreens sells one of their Nice brands, bottled water, and it's bottled in Iceland.
There's a water brand called Icelandic.
Yes, I've seen the commercials for that as well.
Yeah.
So, so Iceland is very close to Greenland. And in fact, you know the old Viking trick, right? That they named Greenland, and Iceland because they wanted everyone to think that Iceland was just ice. When in fact Iceland is more hospitable than Greenland. So they remember that story?
This is like a whole science
it is.
session.
Science.
So why don't we want Iceland as our 51st state?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, why are we wasting our time at Greenland?
Well, I mean... I'm just amazed. Annex Canada and Greenland.
Why not?
I'm just amazed.
No, I mean,
I
come
low-key support it.
So
Not mad at it.
So Thomas Tit Morganson.
That's his.
what?
Well,
Tit Morganson?
Well, they call it's TYT. How would you pronounce that? Is it?
No, it's Tit.
The guy's name is Thomas Morganson. He's the CEO of Nalik Ventures, this Greenland ice cube company, but it's Thomas Morganson, but in quotes, I guess his nickname is Tit. It's Tight? T-Y-T. I don't know.
I wouldn't want either as a nickname.
Yeah. He says that he has, I guess, a license that Greenland has issued 13 licenses governmentally to 6 companies that are planning on the largest glacial harvest of ice ever. Listen, I thought that glaciers were melting, and I don't know if you want to chop up glaciers to make freaking ice cubes for drinks. Unbelievable. So this guy's company's a 2-year-old startup. They capture car-sized floating icebergs from a fjord in western Greenland, and they cut up the ice with chainsaws. Right now, the bulk of the ice is going to Dubai. Of course it is, because in Dubai, they just flush $100 bills down the toilet.
Yep.
$100 ice cubes. Get out of here. That's ridiculous.
I just ordered them.
No, you didn't.
They'll be here Friday for our old fashions.
I'd break your finger so you couldn't type anymore.
That seems like an appropriate response.
That's terrible sounding. No, I would never.
I don't know, Fester. Don't we have something to discuss?
Yeah.
I would never, ever harm my wife. Have I ever laid a hand on you have I ever
laid some hands on me, but not in that way.
Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Is that Bon Jovi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay your hands on me. So I have never touched you in a physical fashion, have I? In how many years have we known
You
each
mean
other?
in a violent fashion?
What'd I say?
Physical is
Physically,
okay,
it's like you touch her physically every day.
Yeah, all the time.
In a physically violent
In-
fashion.
as an aggressor.
Never.
We've known each other. We've determined, did we meet in 87 or 88? Have we nailed that down yet? I think it was 87.
I think it was March of '87.
Yeah, we met in March of 87. So that means that we've known each other for 38 years. And have
Yeah.
I ever laid a finger on you in a violent or never, right?
Nope.
I mean, you barely let him touch you in an intimate way,
Exactly.
much less
Fester,
much less an aggressive
Fester,
way.
shut up. All right. So what were you guys just talking about? We have something to discuss?
So, after the show, right? The show ends.
Do I have time for this
You
now?
know, we really
no,
don't.
we really
This is-
don't.
This is a lot. When
You
Michelle
don't
and
even know about this, really.
Michelle and
I don't know about this?
Mm-mm.
We
All right.
had a moment yesterday, and it really made
Oh,
us
my
both
God.
question
All
your
right.
relationship with everybody and everything.
But since you brought it up,
Hold on. Fester and Michelle had a moment after the show. All right. Here's the deal. Morons in the news next. And then right at 7 o'clock, when we start the 7 o'clock hour, I want to address this so-called moment that Fester and Michelle had.
I got to say, I'm not 100%
Is-
comfortable even talking
Is this
about
going to
it.
be uncomfortable on the air? Is this going to be an uncomfortable segment coming up at 7 o'clock?
Maybe for Michelle and you.
All right, hang on. Morons in the news next, and then look forward to whatever this clown show is going to be coming up in just a bit. 6:32. Yeah, morons next. Hey, let me tell you about. Fester. Yeah, this was a staple back in the day. Yeah, MJ and BJ morning show.
I like it.
Oh, yeah. You remember who this was? Do you remember the name of this?
I have a guess.
DJ?
Didn't they make a remake to that song with a Two Non-Blonde song?
No. That is the remake.
Okay. I don't know. I remember.
Didn't they make a remake?
Well, I don't know who the DJ is who came up with that song.
That is the remake.
Okay, is that it? Okay.
So it was four non-blondes.
Right.
What's up?
Going on?
What's called What's Up? But what's going on? And then DJ
Miko?
Yes, Michelle. That is correct. Yeah, so that rejoiner, my little bumper music there, that's from What's Up? What's going on? With the DJ Miko version.
I legitimately thought that DJ Miko made the music and Stan the Man mixed.
No.
Stan the Man.
Stan the
I actually
Man.
prefer Matt the Brat.
Matt the Brat, Stan the Man on the wheels of steel.
We can't be friends.
Early.
We can't be friends.
Early morons in the news, 6:40, MJ Morning Show. I can't wait for this very uncomfortable discussion. Apparently, I have no idea what it's about, but Michelle and Fester are going to discuss something that came up after the show out of my earshot.
Out of your earshot.
Something that I have no idea what's coming up, but apparently there's some discussion coming up that's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to happen in the next segment at 7 o'clock. I say, hang on. First, though, early morons in the news. Oh, this is so Florida.
This guy.
Slow play sparks attack against 79-year-old man on a Florida golf course. Because he was playing too slow, he got attacked.
Oh.
What the hell?
That's a real thing, man. Have you ever? You're not a golfer, and I'm not a golfer.
Listen, I could.
I was just going to ask you if you golf.
I couldn't care less. I mean, I've been invited to play golf, and I'm like, I don't play golf. I mean, anyone that knows me, you don't invite me to play golf because I don't play golf. You know, I got invited to play Augusta, and I guess that's kind of that's a rare deal, right?
It's very exclusive.
Right. So I got invited to play Augusta. Remember the weight loss? I told the story. I told the story recently, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that weight loss, was it Trim Spa or
Yes.
what no,
Healthy
body.
Trim.
No, it was hold on.
Body
Trim
Solutions?
Spa, I think it was Body Solutions. There was a client that did this huge deal with Clear Channel, which of course Clear Channel then became iHeart, with our former employers, and there was this huge deal where they wanted all the DJs and all the big markets and the big morning shows to endorse this product. I think it was Body Solutions. And I wouldn't do it because I'm not endorsing drugs or weight loss pills. I'm not going to do it. All right. If you want me to endorse a gym, get on a treadmill and shut your pie hole and get on a treadmill, that's a different story. But I'm not going to do endorsements and put my name behind, pills and drugs. So
Let's get back to golf.
I was one of the biggest morning shows in the country that would not endorse, I think it was Body Solutions. And the owner flew down to meet with me and then invited me to fly in his private jet to go play Augusta. I think he was going to send a private jet down to pick me up here in Tampa and then fly me up to Augusta, Georgia to play Augusta, where they do the Masters. And I had to tell him, he thought that was going to be it. Oh, my, that I was going to just fall all over him. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I don't play golf. And I'm not endorsing the pills or the whatever it was, pills, liquid, whatever. Anyway, so back to golf, which I don't give a flying crap about, unless there's a great morons in the news story.
We got the point that you don't like golf.
This is down in Charlotte County, Northport. Northport man arrested this month. He attacked an elderly person at a golf course. Why? Because the old dude was playing too slowly, according to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. This is terrible. In the arrest affidavit, in which I have right here, deputies said they were called to the attack at the Cove of Rotunda Golf Center. Is that when you're flying down the west coast of Florida and you look down and it's that whole round like community? It's like this big giant circle.
Yeah.
It's like Rotunda? This says Rotanda, Rotanda.
I'm sure they have every play on that word.
Upon arrival, deputies said they found the man identified as Aaron Carbo, 24 years old, standing by his vehicle with a bloody mouth. Aaron began speaking to me about the incident where he informed me that he was approached by blank in an aggressive manner, being asked to hurry up as he was holding other golfers up. A heated argument reportedly ensued, causing Carbo to push the other person to the ground. Aaron said that he then stood over, redacted name, and I guess called him a pussy.
Whoa.
At which time Aaron's girlfriend pulled him away. As Carbo was being pulled away by his girlfriend, a staff member identified as Scott Thorne ran over and punched him in the face, which caused Carbo's mouth to bleed. So a staff member of the golf course then attacked the 24-year-old Carbo, who apparently attacked the 79-year-old golfer for playing too slowly. What the hell?
I kind of agree with both parties here.
You don't attack a 79-year-old for playing too slowly. He's 79, and maybe he's not operating at the speed that you do at 24. You don't attack the golfer.
So the polite thing to do is to say, can we play through? And the old geezer, he steps aside, be like, okay, Sonny, play through, because they're obviously playing at a different pace. What if they ask to play through and the old man's like, stuff it, whippersnapper?
So the golf course employee hits Carbo, the 24-year-old player, angry at the 79-year-old for playing too slow, or I was going to say playing too old, playing too slow.
That's another charge.
Playing too slow. And then now another fight after the employee slammed this guy in the mouth. That started another fight between Carbo and the golf course employee. And then I guess Thorne was also arrested on a battery charge, the golf course employee.
Sure, he hit the guy.
As for Carbo, deputies said they looked at the security footage of the incident and they revealed that Carbo did indeed push the 79-year-old victim to the ground before stepping over the victim and exchanging words. So, as a result, Carbo, the 24-year-old, was taken into custody, and he's facing charges of battery, and it's enhanced because it's battery on a person 65 years or older. Mm-hmm. And, of course, here in Florida, crimes against the elderly, in many cases, carry an extra enhanced charge. Like if you scam the elderly, there can be an enhanced charge. If you abuse an elderly individual, there's an enhanced charge. Physical altercation, enhanced charge. So, yeah, You got 2 arrested. You had Carbo arrested, and then you had the golf course employee for slamming Carbo in the mouth for knocking over the 79-year-old.
I'm just going to play slowly.
How Florida is that? That's what you call Florida right there. Hey, speaking of Florida man, Florida stories, how about this? They're calling him the birthday suit bandit. What do you think this entails? The birthday suit bandit. What do you think? He's wearing a onesie with birthday cakes on it? Oh, man. 63-year-old guy on the Palm Coast. That's over on other side of the state, Flagler County. He was arrested after trying to break into a home naked. Yep, deputies were called via 911 after a victim reported that a man who has been identified as Matthew Hunter was naked and trying to break into the residence. Hey, maybe he was trying to find some clothing.
You know what?
Trying to find a pair of shorts and a T-shirt is what I'm thinking. According to the news release, the resident said she heard what sounded like a knife trying to cut through the lock on the front door.
Ooh.
I don't know how does a knife make a specific noise versus a crowbar or pry bar? Yeah, deputy said when they arrived, they found the birthday suit bandit walking away from the resident's home. They also discovered gouges on the victim's front door frame molding. You know, that sucks.
So here's the thing. When you hear a birthday suit bandit breaking into a house, you would think of I don't know. I instantly thought of a younger man.
Yeah.
This guy, according to his mugshot, he looks old.
He's 63.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he's 63. I mean, he is absolutely just buck-ass naked. He is he's not wearing anything. Nothing. Zero. I don't even think he has a ring on. I don't even think he has nothing on.
I don't know. I see his backside. I can't tell if he's wearing a ring.
No shoes, nothing. No, zero. Nothing on this guy, just completely naked. The sheriff over in Flagler County says attempting to break into a home without your britches is not an encounter you want to have with law enforcement. This is Sheriff Staley.
He's right.
Doing so is bound to land you in the Green Roof Inn or dead by a homeowner protecting themselves from a lunatic. That's the statement from the sheriff. And, of course, he's referring to stand your ground, that if somebody breaks into your home, according to Florida statute and the Castle Doctrine, you can shoot them. If somebody breaks into your home, you have the right to shoot them. Now, don't shoot them in the front yard. If you do, then drag them into the house. No, I'm kidding. It's an old joke.
Tell them to stop and invite them in for coffee.
You can't shoot somebody in your driveway. You can't shoot somebody on your front lawn and claim Castle Doctrine. Now, if someone's aggressive and has a knife and charging you on the front lawn, you take them out, then that would be a stand your ground claim, and you're probably going to be protected there. But the Green Roof Inn, yeah, he was taken to the Flagler County Jail, I guess also known as the Green Roof Inn, not the Red Roof. They'll leave the light on for you, too, at the Green Roof Inn.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, faces charges of attempted burglary, exposure of his wang, and criminal mischief. He was released on $12,000 bond. What was this guy drugged up? I need more information. Why is this? What we don't know is why the hell was this dude completely freaking naked trying to break into a lady's house over in Palm Coast?
I will say the last couple of nights, the weather has been really comfortable walking around naked weather. It's not too hot. It's not cold.
Hey, Michelle, this could be
too humid.
This could be you and me. Husband busted after fight over thermostat.
It's coming your way, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, this is man 87 battered his 85-year-old wife over the air conditioning. Holy crap. But, of course, it's Florida.
What do you do with that case?
It's an all-Florida trifecta today in Morons in the News. 87-year-old Florida man arrested for domestic battery after a fight with his wife, which turned physical after she was trying to turn the air conditioning down in their home. Yeah, this has been a long-time debate between couples on what the temperature should be. Don't touch the thermostat, honey. You know, it could go man, woman, woman, man. It doesn't matter. So there was a 7 a.m. confrontation earlier this week on Monday. Charles Ingram and his 85-year-old spouse got into a tangle. Investigators say that Ingram returned to the couple's home right here in St. Petersburg, and there was an argument about the air conditioner. The woman touched the thermostat to turn the air down, prompting Ingram to then push the victim. So I'm thinking they're having an argument over the temperature, and he's probably saying, "Don't turn the temperature. Don't touch the thermostat. I have it set at a comfortable 81. Don't touch the thermostat." And probably right in front of him, the wife just turns it down. He then pushes her.
Woman.
She gets shoved against the wall. When questioned by police, Ingram reportedly admitted to pushing her first and then stated the victim pushed him back. Ingram arrested for domestic violence, charged with an enhanced felony due to his prior convictions that date back more than 40 years. Yeah, this guy Ingram, 87, man.
Yeah, he's an old school.
This guy's got a career rap sheet, including a 1985 felony welfare fraud conviction. He's diverse. He's kind of...
He was an old man in 1985.
Anyway, Ingram was set to appear in Pinellas County Court yesterday, which I'm sure it happened. And I'm assuming that he was probably ordered to have no contact with his wife. 87 on 85. Wow. Man, this guy's not quitting.
No.
This guy, he's going to keep going. He's going to keep adding things to his rap sheet until he checks out.
I mean, if he gets sentenced to 90 days in jail, that's a life sentence.
Yeah, it could be a lifer. You're right. Could be death row for this guy. It's 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. That's why we call them morons in the news. Michelle tells me don't touch the thermostat all the time. Yeah. So usually I think it's probably the woman. It's usually probably the female telling or touching the thermostat. I think it's usually the husband telling the wife, right? Or which way do you think it is?
I think it varies on, depends on what age you are.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, it'll be 7 o'clock. When we get back, there's some kind of a conversation that Fester and Michelle had yesterday that I guess you guys were not going to tell me about, but what does it have to do with it? It's something that's uncomfortable is about to be discussed?
I'm not even sure how we're even going to bring it up.
I don't either.
Listen, I'm on...
It's way after the fact of the other conversation, so maybe it's not even worth it.
All right, I'm on the edge. I just teased it 5 times.
Well, it's
Untease it.
I mean, it's something that needs to be addressed, Michelle, but it's just it's uncomfortable.
All right. So something uncomfortable is about to happen next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. It is 7:01 at the MJ Morning Show. Apparently something uncomfortable is about to be discussed. I have no idea what this is. I hate walking into something and not being in total control of the quality of what is broadcast. So I have no idea. I refresh my memory. How did this just come about? What, half an hour ago, this came up. What was the trigger? What was the catalyst for you saying that you guys had a conversation after the show yesterday and it's uncomfortable? Why? Hold on. Why are you guys like you're like miming each other and you're like doing like body language at each other? What? And facial maneuvers? What's going on with you? What is it? What am I walking into here?
Dude,
explain.
Everything's a separate matter. The immediate facial grimaces I was giving Michelle in the last couple of nanoseconds, she flipped or spilled a highlighter on herself, and she's looking at her shirt.
All right.
You're asking me, and I'm telling you.
That's unrelated.
Yes, it's all unrelated.
Yes, it's all unrelated.
I thought
You're the king of unrelated stuff. I'm telling you what's going on, okay?
I'm the king of unrelated.
Seriously.
Yes, seriously.
So
Is that a
Michelle's
song? That's a song.
Wishful thinking.
It's the king of unrelated.
She's looking at her shirt.
It might be wishful thinking.
The
All right,
yellow
anyway.
streak, and I'm shaking my head. You don't have one on your shirt. She's
All right,
looking for it.
What is the uncomfortable situation?
All right, so the show ends yesterday.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, the show ends, what, like 9?
I've waited, by the way, I've waited half an hour for this. Yeah.
The show ends at like 9:50 or so.
Yeah.
So 9:50.
9:48 and 30 seconds to be exact.
So 9:48 and 30 seconds, show ends.
Yeah.
By 9:52, I'm down at the car, and Michelle is in her car, or your family car, and we park next to each other.
Oh, yeah. I had to go see Scary Ron Weasley, our general manager, on something.
Great.
Yeah, I got called into the office.
So she's in the passenger seat with the window down,
Right.
and I walk up to my vehicle, start lighting this big old honking cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like,
Yeah, that's really healthy. You're a 355-pound guy, and you're just smoking cigars all day.
all day.
Yeah.
And we're talking.
Like you're a tester for Fuente.
I'd love that job. I would love that.
All right, go ahead.
It's like the best job I could ever think of. So I'm sitting there puffing away. She's in the car. We're sitting there just talking about nothing of any consequence. And she tilts her seat back. Like you said earlier, she has the tendency to do. She got comfortable in the car and tilted her seat back. And then she took her hands and locked her fingers behind her head.
Why are you staring at my wife while she's reclining in the car?
I'm talking.
That's creepy.
Okay.
No, we're having a
No.
conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
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 Okay. Okay. Revealing.
Revealing. an enormous bruise on the inside of her arm.
Oh, Michelle's holding it up right now. First of all, it's not a. Hey, Andrew, put Michelle's camera on if it's not on MJ TV.
Has it healed up? It's healed up a little since yesterday. For some reason, I would say it looked darker yesterday. And it's right in that spot about 6 inches
Andrew,
away.
can you see it on MJ TV? Do you have Michelle's? Yes.
It's about 6 inches away from her armpit.
Okay.
Right where you would grab her
to
direct her to do something or to jostle her or
in
whatever.
an aggressive fashion is what you're saying?
So instantly.
Oh, so this is uncomfortable.
As a concerned friend.
Because what?
You're an abuser. In this vacuum in my mind at that second. I'm like,
we just had a conversation and this is like
that's what prompted you asked earlier what prompted it. This is what prompted it.
Now I know. Because we had a conversation about 35, 40 minutes ago that I have never, ever laid a hand on Michelle. Never.
Right.
So I see this bruise.
In 38 years of knowing Michelle, 7 years of knowing her prior to our marriage, I knew Michelle for 7 years prior. I haven't laid a hand on Michelle ever. Now, Michelle she's punched me numerous times over the years, but
yeah, okay.
You're building up a case, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so
Your Honor, I have decades.
So wait a minute, you were genuinely concerned over the bruise?
I was.
So Michelle's in the passenger seat waiting for me to come down from Scary Ron's office, right? And she has her hands behind, like cradling her head, hands behind, and you notice this bruise on her arm. And what? You thought maybe she was a battered wife?
Like the inside of her upper arm, where she would get grabbed.
Yes, we know. She held it up on MJTV.
Not everybody's going to watch it on MD.
Well, you should.
We
folks,
are on the radio. We are descriptive in our speak.
All right, so folks, if you don't watch MJTV, if you don't watch us live, like right now, you can watch us after the fact because it's MJTV on YouTube, and all of the shows are archived. You can go back and watch any of the programs. If you go to MJ Morning, don't go to MJMorningshow.com. The new website is the biggest suck fest I've ever seen. It is awful. It is like a 3-year-old made it with, it's like we're using the Netscape browser in 1996. Anyway,
let's get back to the story.
Go ahead.
Instantly,
you think that she's a battered wife.
I have empathy and concern for my friend's
Come
well-being.
on. You're telling me for even a nanosecond you thought that maybe I caused the bruise on Michelle's arm?
I don't know this.
Oh, come on. You've known me since the mid-'90s, for crying out loud.
Hence my investigation.
No, investigation.
So I said, oh, what the hell's he doing to you? Roughhousing around the house? And she goes, what do you mean? And I was like, you have a bruise on your arm. And she looked at it, and she didn't even realize that it was as bright as it was.
Right. I know that there's some bruising going on there because somebody else noticed it maybe a couple months ago. And you know what it is?
You bruise easy.
I do bruise very easily.
I've always known you to occasionally have a bruise on your arm, on your thighs.
Look, in Fester's defense, right? My mom was being questioned by the pediatrician when I was like 3 because I had bruises on my arms, which were apparently similar to this. And they were like, what's happening?
When you were 3, the pediatrician thought that you were getting tossed around by your parents?
Yanked.
Holy crap.
So, it's just a thing. I know I bruise easily. But in this situation, what's happened is, since I've been place holding over here, I have a tendency to do this, where I put my arm over the chair.
Right.
And it's very pointy right here. You don't notice it because it's covered.
Yeah.
Well,
we have a very pointy chair corner here.
Right.
And apparently, when I do that, I don't even notice how hard I'm hitting it, but I'll do this, and then I'll turn and talk to Fester, and I'm just bruising my arm up good over here.
So the lightest touches on your body will give you a bruise.
Oh, yeah. Always.
And this has been like this since you were a kid. Do you have any idea? Is this like?
It's just a thing. My Nana bruised easily. Like it's just
it's genetic.
Yeah, it's
All right. So Michelle, you know what? Shame on you.
Shame on me.
Shame on you.
Shame on me for not doing an investigation.
Shame on you for thinking that maybe I was tossing Michelle around.
Shame on you for your pathetic reaction.
Shame on you.
You're you.
No, shame on you.
I'm rubber. You're glue.
Shame on you.
You're boing. It bounces off me, sticks to you.
I said shame.
Oh, listen.
Shame on you.
He's not the first. He's not the first person to ask. So
Plus,
hold on. Other people asked you if I've been battering you?
I went for a procedure and I had to take my shirt off And my girl was like, "What the heck is happening to your arm?" Like she was kind of the same, like because you don't know.
It's in a weird spot.
Right.
It's in the spot that we've all.
It's exactly
you've
the
seen
spot where you think of it.
Grab somebody else in their upper arm to steer them or direct them aggressively, and that's where the bruise is. It's not like it's like on the side of the thigh where I fell or I bumped a doorknob or something.
No.
There is something coming up on the MJ Morning Show in the next segment. Of course, at about 7:25, 7:26 every morning, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. No commercials, no music. It's just nonstop content for over an hour and 20 minutes. No one else does this in town. It's the best bang for the buck. This morning show is the best entertainment value for free that you can find in the entire Tampa Bay market, hands down. I have a phone call with the jury scammers. The whole scam that's been going around for a while where you get a phone call that you missed showing up for a jury summons and you've got to pay immediately or else you're going to be arrested. This happened to a friend of ours and they conference called me in on the phone call and I had fun with them and it's recorded and I will play it later this hour around probably 7:50, 7:55. So later this hour, you got to hear this. This is amazing, if I do say so myself. So hang on, that's coming up in just a bit. Hey, I've just been alerted. Folks, I found this out 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago. During the commercial break, Andrew, our producer, comes in with this printout. If you're watching MJTV, listen to win a pair of tickets to see the Lightning tonight against the Florida Panthers in Game 5.
What?
I've just been made aware that we have Lightning tickets to give away for tonight's game at Amalie.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
This is do or die night. So how did this... Andrew, can you turn your mic on? How the hell did this just pop up at a
turn this thing on again?
All right, hold on. What's the flow chart of information to this whole thing? Because this is like the biggest thing to give away right now on the radio. This is what everybody wants.
This is do or die. Lightning, they have to win tonight or it's all over. They're eliminated in round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs here. The lead up to the Stanley Cup. Round 1 NHL playoffs. And do or die tonight. Lightning have to win the next 3 games. They have to win 3 in a row in order to stay alive and move to round number 2. And I've got tickets. So keep listening. Sometime this morning, we'll give away tickets for tonight's game. So you got to be able to go tonight. Tonight at Amalie, the puck is going to drop at 7:30, and we've got tickets on the way. Oh, here's another one of these. Don't make me turn this plane around. Any guesses on what this entails? Don't make me turn this plane around.
I mean, we've had so many plane stories lately, from naked passengers to pooping passengers.
Well, how about the plane crashes and the incidents? It's like it's aviation gone crazy. And then, in order to get through TSA in 8 days, May 7th, you got to have the real ID or else you might have trouble getting through. You got to have the star on your driver license. So here's a pilot. Yeah, this is a Alaska Airlines flight from Los Angeles to Cancun. Guess what a passenger did? Went into the restroom and started vaping because they were stressed out. And the pilot, I guess, was saying, I'm going to turn this airplane around. Yeah, this was flight 1340, Alaska Airlines from LAX to Cancun, Mexico. And this started circulating through the cabin because the flight attendants were running all around. I guess the pilot came out of the cockpit, and it turned out that one of the passengers went into the lav and was vaping. And the pilot came on the intercom system and said, folks, we have a smoke alarm from one of the lavatories, and guess what? The vapes apparently will set off the smoke alarms.
Yeah,
but it's not just a burning tobacco product or cannabis product. That the vapes, maybe people think, oh yeah, I can vape, and no, there are smoke detectors in the lab. If you look at the smoke detector, I think it's even like a warning. Tampering with this, could give you a $10,000 fine. So the pilot comes on the intercom and says, that a smoke alarm has gone off in one of the lavatories. There's no smoking, no vaping, no chewing tobacco is allowed on the flight. I didn't know that. That's disgusting. Can you imagine sitting next to somebody with a spit cup? That's the most disgusting thing in the world. The folks with the chaw in between, and they're just holding a cup and they're just spitting it, left and right in the cup. That is awful. Yes, Andrew.
Do the other passengers have a case against people who do this? If they want to file a suit?
For what damages?
If the flight was turned around,
Yeah.
Oh, if
they may miss something that they would have been on time to if the plane hadn't turned around.
I'll tell you what the case ought to be. You beat the crap out of them when you get on the ground.
That's right.
In the terminal.
Mob justice.
You take them to the train station. Is what you do.
That's what you do.
So I guess they narrowed down the individual. The pilot was upset. The pilot apparently came out after the announcement. I think they knew who it was, and the pilot apparently had a conversation. But the pilot threatened to turn the airplane around. If it happens again, he's going to turn the plane around mid-flight to Cancun and go right back to Los Angeles. Yeah, don't screw around with that. Have you heard of these NBA 4-year marriage contracts?
No, what is that?
A suggestion is being, listen to this, Michelle, and you're going to be the best to comment on this. So this idea is being floated and it's being talked about. I saw various forums have this going on. It's quite a discussion. I guess there's a comedian by the name of Biniam Bizuna.
Okay.
He does some kind of podcast, and there was a whole discussion on this. And, he was talking about how 50% of marriages typically end up in divorce. And the suggestion is that men are asking or men are suggesting that women sign an NBA-style 4-year marriage contract. And if you don't renew, you're a free agent. So I don't know much about NBA contracting, but I guess there's some kind of a 4-year NBA contract. And
Okay, fine. So we agree to be married for 4 years,
so-
and then we reevaluate it and renegotiate it?
That's the suggestion. So the suggestion is, or what people are apparently doing, or there's a lot of chatter on this, is that if you're getting married, you just do a contract like an NBA 4-year deal, and after 4 years, you can renew, or you just walk away.
Can't that just be like your engagement period? I mean, or just like date. I mean, doesn't that kind of undermine the whole getting married, wedding vows? And what do you tell your guests that gave you all those gifts? Oh, we're just going to try this out for 4 years.
So you do a 4-year deal on the marriage, and you've got clauses. There's an option to renew for another 4 years. If things are going well, then you can just renew the wedding arrangement, the marriage, for another 4 years. And again, after 4 years, you reevaluate. And let's say after 4 years, if things aren't going well, you just go your separate ways.
What if something's not going well after 2 years? You get traded? Hot wifing?
We have you under contract. Michelle, you're under contract. Come
Right.
here.
Any thoughts on this?
Sounds like a disaster. It sounds like something a comedian came up with.
Yeah. I don't like it.
It kind of does, doesn't
As
it?
hard as I'll try, I can't get the Knicks pregnant. I mean, that little Celtic mascot's cute and all, but it's not going to carry my baby.
All right. Hey, speaking of marriage, speaking of relationships, this is bizarre. A psychologist claims with 94% accuracy that he can determine a marriage that is headed for separation. 94%. What is this sign? What can this psychologist see? He says it's obvious. This is a physical maneuver. He can watch somebody and tell you with 94% accuracy that that marriage is headed for separation. What is it? We'll tell you next. Oh, plus I've got the recorded scam phone call. Friend of ours was an attempted scam victim yesterday with the whole jury duty scam, where a cop calls you and then threatens to have you arrested because you didn't show up for jury duty. They conference called me in, and I had MJ fun with the Scampsters. I've got like a 3-minute phone call recorded, and that's coming up next as well. We got a lot of stuff on the way because we do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, and it starts next. Don't miss a moment. This is great stuff next, folks, here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Here we are, 7:27 at the MJ Morning Show, and it starts right now. Over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ every single morning around this time. No commercials, no music, just nonstop content. No one else does this. Enjoy. Also, full details in a few minutes on what Mom really wants for Mother's Day, and that's a brand new top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art garage door opener from Banco Overhead Doors. It's the top-of-the-line lift master. This is a $1,000 prize. $1,000 installed, top-of-the-line garage door opener with video. It's really amazing. These are the ones they installed in my house, and we're going to give away 5 of these next week. And you just got to send in an email entry. We'll give you details in just a bit. First, though, a marriage psychologist says with 94% accuracy, they can determine if a couple is headed for separation. Okay. All right, I'll bite.
Yeah.
I'm curious here.
It seems like an awfully high success rate.
I'm curious. This is weird. This is strange. Do you know what it is? It's a one-sided mouth raise. What? A one-sided mouth raise. It's a subtle smirk is what it's called.
How do you do that?
It's like body language, and apparently through marriage counseling, through having just thousands of sessions, that he claims with 94% accuracy, this subtle mouth raise from one of the partners, #1 red flag for divorce.
Is that like a little snicker?
It's a smirk. Yeah, it's a one-sided, like when you're in a counseling session and you're kind of going back and forth. And listen, we've known people in marriage counseling sessions. I mean, Michelle and I have never gone.
Probably should.
How would we do in marriage counseling, by the way?
That would be where it all would happen.
Hold on. What would happen?
The figurative knockdown drag out. Right?
Have you ever thought that we needed to go to marriage counseling?
No, because we really just kind of like talk about stuff, or then we get angry enough about it and we hash it out, and then we move on.
It's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one-sided mouth raise, it's a subtle smirk. And the marriage counselor, Dr. John Gottman, is the dude. And he claims that it's a smirk of superiority. So during these marriage counseling sessions, he'll see one or the other, or maybe both, in conversation when they're.
I know the smirk now.
Can you do it?
It's a dismissive smirk. It's like.
It's a one. Oh, you're making a noise with your smirk. So I don't think the noise is necessary. You're going.
It's optional. It's optional.
You know.
I mean, okay. So let's play.
You can opt in or opt out.
You're doing the smirk noise.
Let's play no noise smirks on the radio. Here we go. Ready?
It's a smoise. Yeah, that doesn't work.
See?
All right, so
Thank you.
Thank you. It's not my first day.
It works on MJ. if you're watching MJ TV, then it works.
Still an audio medium,
Yeah.
but just like.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's probably accompanied with an eye roll.
Oh, maybe.
Like you're tired of, you've heard this before, blah, blah, blah.
So
whatever. You're bringing this up.
Whatevs. Hey, I want to thank whoever sent me this. I got a gift in the mail, and I'm wearing it today. I got MJ merch. And somebody sent me this, and whoever did, there was no note, there was no message. It came, the label was just a fulfillment center in Sioux Falls. I mean, I have no idea who sent this to me. Let me give you a hint. This is a hint on what was sent to me.
Station 51, KMG 365.
Do you know what that is? Well, Michelle knows.
Is it from some like police show in the 1960s?
Something.
Well, it's the 1970s, and it's the old TV show Emergency. Did you ever watch that as a kid?
No.
You never saw Emergency?
No.
Station 51, KMG 365.
So I mentioned this, I guess, a couple of weeks ago that I was watching, maybe it was a week, 10 days ago, that I was watching these old episodes of Emergency on Peacock. Because I used to love this show. Saturday nights, parents out, babysitter in. I'm 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And the TV show Emergency was on. And the call sign for the LA County Fire and Rescue Station is KMG 365. And it's Station 51, Squad 51, Engine 51, Station 51.
Station 51, KMG 365.
And I used to love the noises. Bum, bum, beep, bum, 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 beep. And if you heard a bunch of noises, it means that a lot of stations were responding to a particular call.
It's a big emergency.
Anyway, so look at MJTV. I'm going to have to tilt the. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna get on top of a chair instead of messing with the camera.
Watch out now. That chair has wheels. I don't need you falling.
I'm not gonna fall.
Don't fall. That's what everybody says right before they fall.
Look at this. I'm kneeling now so I can get within camera shot. Somebody sent me a T-shirt. Station 51 KMG 365. Look at this.
And you knew exactly what it was when you saw the T-shirt.
Duh. Yes. So somebody sent me. I don't know who it is. Whoever sent me the T-shirt. Thank you. Station 51 KMG 365 is on my T-shirt. So whoever sent this to me, thank you very much. All right, 7:33 at the MJ Morning Show. And if you haven't seen Emergency, it's on, if you have Peacock, Emergency is the name of the TV show. It started, I think, in 72 to 77 or 78. And I love this TV show, KMG 365. So check it out. All right, speaking of relationships, there is I don't know, all these experts. So we had a psychologist, a marriage counselor telling us about the side smirk. Now we have a lawyer. I love this. A lawyer says that it is guaranteed if somebody uses these words, they're most likely lying. Or this is a total red flag for a liar. And this is a lawyer by the name of Jefferson Fisher.
What kind of? He has a big presence online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know. Oh, so he has I guess it's a podcast, Diary of a CEO.
Yeah. So I've seen
Hold on.
Jefferson.
So you know this? Hold on. You know this guy?
Well, yeah.
I never heard of this guy
He's
until
come up on Instagram, and it's like,
really.
hey, this is how you deflect a narcissist, and he'll give if you're on the stand, or if somebody's avoiding your question, or if somebody insults you, like one of his tips is like if somebody insults you, you pause and you say, "Are you okay?" or it deflects.
How to derail somebody.
I've seen this guy
because your response is unexpected by them, and you kind of derail them.
Hey, is something the matter? Is something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like sort of like a bomb defusal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not expecting that reply from you. I think he starts all his videos with, "Hi, I'm a trial lawyer, and this is how
apparently he does some kind of podcast, Diary of a CEO. So trial lawyer Jefferson Fisher, he says that these are like the words that liars often use. And he says, you hear these words, this ought to be a big, giant red flag. He says that if these words, and it's like two words, very similar, but he says that this is a dead giveaway that somebody is lying or somebody is deceitful. What is it? If somebody uses absolutes, so as a trial attorney, as his experience over the decades, he says that if somebody relies on an absolute, like saying never or always, that those type of words should be dead giveaways. So here's an example. Jefferson says, here's a question. Were you texting while you were driving that day? So here you're involved in a court case, and he asks the person on the stand, were you texting while driving that day? And if the person says, no, I never text when I drive.
Mm-hmm.
Big freaking lie.
Yeah, they're adamant about them not being a texter.
Yeah. Liar, pants on fire. Because he says, notice the word never. Never is extreme. And he says that extremes are always a dead giveaway that they're not telling the truth. Because he says that everybody texts when they drive at some point. You might not do it a lot, but people are doing it. And let's say he's dealing with a case, and it's a negligence case, it's an accident. The defendant's on the stand and asks the question, do you ever text while driving? No, I never text while driving. He says that that's a dead giveaway that they are lying. And the same thing can be put into motion for I always do that. It's the absolutes that he says are a dead giveaway that they're almost always lying.
See, one time I had to sit through like a little trial prep class once.
Yeah.
And the big thing was don't add more than what the question requires.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you ever text when you drive? No. Or were you texting when during the accident? No.
Like if you're in depot, try to do yes, no, and don't elaborate, into all kinds of crap and stories that are going to get you behind the eight ball.
Yeah, this Jefferson Fisher has a huge presence online.
Yeah.
I follow. I don't know if I follow him on Instagram, but
That's
I've seen
interesting
him
that you knew exactly who he was. I had no idea who this dude was, and you know who he is.
Click everything he has to say contributes to just having a dialogue or a conversation or diffusing a situation or trying to get the truth out of somebody.
I got a lot of interesting stuff today. How do you know if a woman is into you? And this is... Why are you laughing at me,
What, are you doing
Michelle?
some research over there?
Yes.
I'll tell you right now.
I've got research to find out if a woman... No, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
There are 5 things that will tell you if a woman is into... She's doing things that are subtle, but these are signs that a woman is really into you.
Oh, man, I am so glad you have 5 things because I do not know one of them.
See? I don't think either one of you guys really knows one of them.
I have no clue.
You definitely don't, MJ, and I would have to guess Fester's in the same category.
Hey, I'll get to that in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let me just remind everybody that the huge Mother's Day garage door giveaway, the opener giveaway is on. The MJ Morning Show here working with Banco Overhead Doors. Banco, a great sponsor. You know, whenever you have a garage door problem or you want a new garage door, a new opener, Banco. Bank on Banco, they're the best. Absolutely the best. So we're giving away 5 LiftMaster 87504 garage door openers. Installed, these are $1,000 a piece, $1,000. Giving away 5 of these. All you need to do is send me an email and tell me why Mom deserves a brand new top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art LiftMaster garage door opener. $1,000 prize. Why does Mom deserve this for Mother's Day? So all this week up until Sunday night at 11:59, I'm going to take the entries. Email mj@mjmorningshow.com and just give me a story. Why does Mom deserve a garage door opener for Mother's Day? Could be a real story, fake story, a funny story, a sad story, whatever. So husbands, kids, Mom yourself, Mom, you could enter yourself and tell us why you deserve a garage door opener for Mother's Day. So we'll take entries all this week up until Sunday night, and then starting on Monday, we'll give away an opener every single morning. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll give away one of these $1,000 prizes every day next week. So it's $5,000 worth of garage door openers from Banco Overhead Doors. Man, you want a Mother's Day gift that's going to make an impression? Garage door opener. $1,000 prize. Mom's going to be touching that button all day, every day, like twice, 3, 4 times a day. Come on. What other thing could you give Mom? Come on. Push the button. Push the button. All right. So send your email in, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Send in your story on why Mom deserves it, or if you're a mom, why you deserve it. And I don't care if you do multiple entries. I don't care if the story's real, fake, funny, whatever. mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's my email. Send your entry in. And we start giving these things away Monday morning here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Also, we do have Lightning tickets. I mentioned this earlier. We have Lightning tickets for tonight's game. This is like instant prize. You win in a few minutes, and you go into the game tonight. So Game 5, Lightning against the Florida Panthers. This is do or die for the Lightning, and we have tickets. We'll give those away sometime this morning. Keep listening. I'll tell you when to call in, what number caller to be. Now, you chuckled, Michelle, when I said that I've got the signs that a woman is into you. So women, so guys, if a woman does these things, it means they are into you, that they likely think that you're hot, that they have an interest in you. So what are these maneuvers that women are doing? And Michelle, you being a woman, I would like to know what your thoughts are. Here we go. Number 1, these are 5 body language signs, according to a dating coach by the name of Gracie Pleshort. And she says, she's from the Midwest. It doesn't say exactly where, but she's from somewhere in the Midwest here in the country. And she says the number one sign that a woman is into you and finds you attractive, if you're a guy, plays with her hair while talking to you. So if you're with a woman and she's got interest in you, you're a guy, and she starts like playing with her hair, a little finger twirl going on or some kind of hair play, that is the number one demonstration of desire. Or maybe she's got some scalp scabs.
I mean, what if she does have a bad case of dandruff?
Right.
What if she almost got the part in the Head and Shoulders commercial? I mean,
Lice.
what if, yeah.
So,
right?
Number 1, she plays with her hair. I've seen this before. You know what, Michelle? You were like ripping hair out of your head when you met me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you get the message?
That was a nervous disorder. Did
Well,
you
see-
get the message?
She had bald spots.
Yeah.
Like my G.I. Joe doll when I was a kid.
But that's what I think it is. I think it's more of a nervous thing. I don't think that that's like a mess. I don't think we as women conscientiously like, oh, I'm going to play with my hair to let him know.
Well, it is. It's a tell.
No,
It's
no.
a subtle.
Disagree.
Well, this expert
it's
is saying yes.
It's a letting your guard down
Yes,
move. So
exactly.
you're comfortable around me if you're going to play with your hair.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 sign that she's into you is that they'll adjust their top. So if they're like pulling on their clothing or adjusting their top, that is another sign that the woman's into you. Number 3, playing with jewelry. So if they're talking to you and they're like twirling like a ring on their finger, I've seen this. if they're twirling jewelry.
You've seen it
Yes, I have seen it.
when you've been out
Listen,
with other girls.
Yeah,
will you stop it?
The legions of women who are listening for
Or
her.
a necklace dangling, and while they're talking to you, their fingers are on the necklace and they're
No.
kind of moving it around.
All right, hold on. Let's stop right here.
Stop
is,
why?
is
Stop-
everything on your list fidgeting?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What if she has like a nervous tick or something?
What if she has a fidget spinner?
Seriously?
Yes.
Or she's just spinning it
Whatever.
around.
What? Remember those things were hot as
Yes.
hell?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the fidget spinners? All right, number 4. If she tilts her head while listening to you. So if you're talking and she tilts her head like the RCA dog, remember, Nipper and the master's voice? If she tilts her head to listen, means she's into you. That's number 4. Then finally, number 5, if she touches her lips. So if you're talking, you're engrossed in conversation, and, she puts her finger on her lips, touches her lips. I mean, it could just be a really bad chapped situation.
That could be the case.
Yeah, it could be scabies or impetigo or something. But no,
However,
it does mean that she's into you. So there you go. Top 5 things.
I live in a world where I believe every woman wants me,
In a world.
and I just, I'm just a heartbreaker. Sorry, ladies. Off limits.
You ready for the D word? This is all like working together. This is going to be it with Relationship Corner today on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, and coming up next, oh my God, in just a moment, the phone call. I was able to get in on an attempted scam jury duty call that was attempted to be perpetrated on a friend of ours. I'm going to bring Michelle in on this because Michelle alerted me. Then I get a phone call. I get texts. I was in the middle of doing a recording yesterday in my home studio, so I was in the right place. And then I was able to get conference called in, and I recorded the scam call. Folks, you've got to hear this. And it's coming up in just a moment. The jury duty scam that hit a friend of ours yesterday. And originally they were panicking. Originally they were freaking out. All right, last thing on the relationship sled today is, tell me if you've heard about this. Have you heard of the house divorce? So we've heard about the bed divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the bed divorce, Michelle?
Where the couples sleep in different beds for like snoring or
That's right.
lack of comfort, whatever.
Yes, that is correct.
So it's not a divorce. It's not. You're not sleeping together because you hate each other.
Right,
You're not
it's
sleeping
just-
together for. I know a bunch of couples where
Yeah.
they
It's
have
to get
separate rooms.
It's to get a better night's sleep.
Yeah.
So there are some couples that have very healthy, strong relationships, and they bump they do their stuff. Maybe they'll go into each other's room to have their relations, obviously, but they sleep in separate beds. And there are couples that have very healthy relationships that just sleep separately because they get a better night's sleep. I don't know if they're trying to cram into a single bed or some kind of a sleepaway camp cot. I mean, but if you've got a king-size bed, you're telling me there's not enough room for you guys to take a side and get a good night's sleep?
If one person's a tosser and turner, or if the other person's a snorer, or restless leg syndrome,
Or explosive D.
or yes,
Remember, I had a friend whose parents had the same bedroom, but they had two. What was it like? What is it called? The double or the?
Like the Lucy, I Love Lucy bed setup?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The two separate
Yeah,
beds.
remember my friend from law school?
Like you're in a Motel 6 or something.
Right.
Was nightstand in the middle,
Because they couldn't sleep together.
Bible in the drawer, placed by the Gideons.
all right, hold on. You get a hotel room, right? You go to a Hampton Inn,
Right.
Yeah,
and you get the room with the two queens.
yeah.
You guys sleep in the same queen, or do you each get your own bed?
He insists we sleep in the same bed.
All right, Michelle, have you ever thought about a bed divorce?
Yeah,
All right, well, that's what
every night when I go to bed.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
stop.
When I'm
All right,
like,
but
I need the air down, and you're like, oh, I don't wanna-
listen to me. This is not what this is about. The bed divorce. This is old news.
Yeah.
That's old
Move
crap.
on.
We've talked about that many times.
What is the house divorce?
This is the new one. You are happily married, but you live in separate houses.
Oh, Gwennneth Paltro, I think, started this years ago
Oh,
when she got remarried.
My God. There's a number of people. This is a trend where, and a lot of times it's if you're living say this 10 times. If you're living in an apartment.
You get 2 apartments?
Yeah.
You pay double rent?
Well, either rent or you own 2 condos. So it seems that it's now a house divorce where you're married, you're happily married, but you now live in a separate domicile. You live in a separate house or a separate apartment. That's called the house divorce, and apparently this trend is picking up steam.
Well, that's some real rich people problems. It's,
Yeah.
it's hard enough to buy 1 house.
Yeah.
Much less 2, just because I can't stand the way you chew your...
Right.
Listen, this
2
is
kitchens.
This is ridiculous.
So many more
But
bathrooms.
isn't being married, isn't the daily interactions, whether it's important, whether it's mediocre, or whether it's just like simple minutia on the importance scale, isn't just the interaction on all levels? Isn't that what like a relationship and a marriage is all about?
I think so.
And that's why 50% of them get divorces. I mean, listen, this may not be a terrible idea.
See, I don't even think I like the bed divorce. I don't even think I like the separate bedrooms.
I know. You're not going to go for it.
No, I'm not into that.
Yeah, you're the upper hand on that.
You know,
one.
if it's like, 3 a.m. and I wake up and it's like, time, I don't want to
Oh my God.
How's that going to go?
I don't know.
Giving this one a nudge. Hey, honey, it's 3 a.m.
All right. 7:51 at the MJ Morning Show. So now you know about house divorce. That's apparently the latest trend. All right. Are you ready for the jury duty scam call?
So who's the friend? You don't have to say the friend's name, but how do you know this person?
Holy crap. Michelle, do you want to?
Oh, he's just been he's a friend for a long time.
Longtime friend of ours.
Okay.
All right. So I'm recording the Holland Group radio show yesterday. So I'm in my home studio. I'm recording with Steve and Elizabeth Holland, longtime sponsor. I host their financial retirement show, which runs on a number of radio stations here in the market. So I'm recording, and then I get this frantic text string from Michelle. Quickly, call blank. And then blank had already called me. I'm like, what's this? So, and then they start texting me. So, Michelle, what was your first interaction on the scam? What happened? How did they approach you?
Can you look at this? Oh, my gosh. I think I'm going to be arrested.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
They get a phone call, and this is the famous jury duty scam. It's been going on for, it's got to be a couple of years now, but it's really intensified over the last maybe 6 months. If you get a phone call pretending, or somebody pretends that you're in trouble because you missed jury duty and there's a warrant out for your arrest, but the whole thing can be taken care of if you pay X amount of dollars. In this case, they wanted $2,500, right?
Right. Which is weird because it says 10% on the document. It says 10% of $35,000.
Right.
But they obviously, what did they reduce it in kindness?
They cut her a
We're not
deal.
going to rip you off an extra grand.
So that would have been $3,500, not
Right.
$2,500.
Yeah.
So our friend gets this call, and then they asked for, an email address. The scammers then sent 3 documents, like a federal arrest warrant. But here's the problem. They're claiming that the person missed federal jury duty, but they were calling from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. So they claim to be a deputy with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office,
Oh.
but this was a federal situation that you didn't show up for, like federal jury duty. I recorded the call because what happened was our friend apparently was on the phone with them for like 30 to 40 minutes before they were able to bring me on. So they told the scammer, and initially our friend was scared. Initially our friend was pooping their pants. Oh my God. Initially they thought it was real, but then as the call went on, I guess they were getting suspicious. So they finally got a hold of me and said that they were going to contact their attorney to try to get this resolved and try to get some legal advice. And they said, okay. So our friend brings me on the phone. They conference call me. I'm in my home studio, so I'm able to plug my cell phone in and record this. And folks, this is real live scam attempt in progress. So it happened in Pinellas County. Our friends live in Pinellas, and it was even the attempted impersonation of a Pinellas County deputy trying to collect. They're not calling you. No one is calling you from any police agency, any police department, any sheriff's office. They're not calling you to tell you that you missed jury duty or there's some kind of fine and you got to pay it over the phone. Here are the details or whatever. Apple Pay or whatever. No one is doing that from law enforcement. It is not going to happen. So and you've got a bunch of the documentation. You want to go through the documentation first, Michelle, before I play the call?
Sure.
So this is the documentation that was sent to our friend. All right, go ahead. Go with, you have 3 pieces you printed out.
Yeah, so they sent over a United States District Court, it looks like some kind of a warrant for the arrest of this person.
And but the name, our friend's name is on it, but it looks all janky. It looks like it's just laid in. It doesn't look good. All right, go ahead.
It's like typed in, awkwardly,
yes,
right?
Yep.
But there's language errors like, you are command instead of you are commanded to arrest. And so it's issued to the local law enforcement agencies here. And it has a stamp with, circuit court of county, and it has the signature of a deputy clerk, but it does list 2 agents, FBI agents, and they're very clever because they use real names. So if you search these people, you will immediately discover that they were or are with the FBI.
So they found real people's names that work for the agencies to incorporate. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So then there's a second document. So this was all like it's for the federal court.
I can't wait to play this phone call, folks. I can't wait for you to hear it. Go ahead.
And it says city and state of St. Petersburg, but it doesn't tell you where. It also says that if you want to take care of this payment, right, you can do it by mobile app. That's a big clue, people.
Yep.
Debit, Apple, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, blah, blah, blah.
The federal government doesn't take Zelle? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it's the second document. Look at this,
They're
Buster.
not collecting crap over the phone.
With these crazy
like
shadow men.
Outlines of police officers.
Yeah, it's like a pictograph. What is that about?
Stop. Do not come into any government building because you will be placed into custody immediately upon discovery. So no exceptions.
They're trying to scare you into paying them right now on the phone and not going to like a federal office or going to a police office to then show up in person because it's a racket. They don't want you showing up anywhere. They're trying to scam you and rip you off over the phone.
All right, did this paperwork come to your friend?
Yes.
Via mail or email?
No,
email.
Dude, I just said this.
I'm asking.
So they asked for the email to send the warrant. So they sent the warrant over, and it was like this. It was the name of the deputy. So in the phone call, you'll hear the name of the deputy, and they use a name, but it's not from like Pinellas County Sheriff's Office .fl. Whatever the real. It came from .usa.com or something, or it's like. It's the deputy's name and like a fake badge number at USA.com. Get out of here.
So this document is supposed to give you like a little more instruction or a little more threat.
Yep.
And it says failure to adhere this process, not to this process, set forth by the Office of the Attorney General of Mississippi. So now you have the federal. You didn't appear for federal jury duty, but now the
Florida,
Office of the Attorney General of Mississippi is going to come. Informing.
We take jury duty very seriously here in Jackson, Mississippi.
But then here's one more document, which also then tends to scare people because it's a non-disclosure agreement.
Yep.
And it tells you or informs you that you are not allowed to discuss this with anybody, any friends, colleagues, media, social media, or any public or private forum. You're not allowed to discuss this with any third party, including family members, friends. You cannot tell them any details, legal strategies, witness information, settlement discussions, or any other aspects of the case.
Yeah.
So, you get a couple of these papers, and if you're not like reading every word, and you maybe don't know, you might get a little nervous about it.
There are people that are believing this, and then they send you. First of all, don't give anyone your email address over the phone. I yelled at my friend, "Don't give them your email address."
Okay, first of all, MJ, I have to say,
Yeah.
kudos to the scammers. I mean,
they're
really,
getting elaborate.
yes.
They're
Yes.
getting very elaborate.
no more emails of I'm the heir of a prince,
Right?
Yes.
Send me your routing number.
I'm the cousin of Prince Mugabe or something from wherever,
I mean,
and
they have really stepped their game up.
Wait until you hear the phone call, because
Okay.
they really do
All right.
it in the middle of the phone call.
All
They're
right.
still doing the scam.
I'm about to play the phone call where our friend brings me in on the conference call, and I'm acting as our friend's attorney. All right, the call in 1 second. I got to give out Cash Kitty quickly. It is 8 o'clock exactly. This hour's word is cash out. That's cash out. CASHOUT. Is that a word?
Cash out. Yeah.
I think it's 2 words. But anyway.
I'm at the casino. I'm going to cash out.
All right. So I realize that, but I don't know if it's in the dictionary that way. All right. So here's the deal. Cash out. Text the word cash out, CASHOUT. Text that right now nationwide to 45911 before 8:25 for a shot at $1,000 cash. Or you can enter on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. The word is cash out, CASHOUT. Text that word right now to 45911. Here is the phone call. So this is what's awesome. My friend had them on the phone for about 40 minutes as they're going through everything. And our friend was initially scared, but then started to realize, maybe this is a scam. Let me try to get MJ on the phone, because he'll sniff this thing out.
That's good thinking on their part.
Conference calls me in and told the scammers, hey, I want to get my attorney on the phone so we can try to get this rectified. So he brings me on the phone call, and here it is. This is yesterday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're very, very concerned about this matter. I've looked at the documentation. How do we resolve this matter right now?
All right, sir. How are you doing today, sir? My name's Deputy Jonathan Crawford.
Yeah. What's your badge number?
84669, sir.
Gotcha. And which office do you work out of?
All right, I work out of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, sir.
Gotcha. And what's the address there?
All right, we're on Olmerson Road, sir.
Gotcha. What's right across the street from the sheriff's office?
Sir, listen, sir.
No, you listen to me. What's right across from the sheriff's office on Olmerton Road?
Listen, sir, I'd appreciate if you stop and insult my integrity.
Yeah, well, tell me, what is the name of the pizza shop right across the street?
Sir?
What is the name of the pizza shop?
I can't hear you, sir. What was the question?
What is the name of the pizza shop right across from the Olmerton, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office?
Largo Plant. There's the Target store, then the Paradise Shops of Largo.
No. What pizza shop is right across the street from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office? What, are you looking at Google Maps right now?
No, sir, I'm not.
Yep. Gotcha.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah, who's your sheriff? What's his name? Who's the sheriff of Pinellas County?
Bob Galtieri.
I'm sorry, what?
Bob Galtieri.
No, you're not pronouncing that properly. No, you're not.
Sir, listen, sir.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What is the primary vehicle for the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department?
SUV, sir.
Yeah, which one? You should be able to answer. The patrol deputy's vehicle. What is the number one vehicle?
An Expedition, sir.
No, that's incorrect.
It's not, sir.
No, that's incorrect. You can't even pronounce the sheriff's name right. You can't even say Bob Gualtieri correctly. You're deputy who?
Jonathan Crawford.
Just out of curiosity, why are you calling about a federal document when that should be the U.S. Marshal's office and not the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office?
Because, sir, obviously the 2 U.S. deputy marshals who hand-delivered these summons were in question, sir.
Yeah, sure. Hey, how about you go off? Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Yeah, how about you tell your wife to suck my How about that?
You just gave yourself up, you piece of
Yeah.
You just gave yourself up. How many people have you scammed today? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from your mother's house. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, you're a deputy. Yeah, you're Jonathan Crawford. How many people do you scam a day, you moron?
Yeah, suck my
You're not going to scam us, buddy. Have a nice day, you piece of shit. I'm glad we wasted a boatload of your time.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it. Suck.
Goodbye. There you go.
That's the best call I've ever heard. That was amazing. Oh my God. That guy. I mean, he had some answers too, man. He had some answers for you. You were fired. He pulled up a close try at the sheriff's name.
Galtieri? Was that?
He would not. I mean, from 20 yards away. I mean, it could be Galtieri. I don't know.
But they're so sophisticated that I think they have.
He knew the target. He knew the Pinellas
hold
Palisades.
on.
What did he say?
I don't think there's a target over there.
I think there's one like at Largo Mall down the road.
There's. I said across the street.
I know.
A little. There's a Home Depot over there, but. Who at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office on Ulmerton Road doesn't know that it's Sardo's? Mm-hmm. It's our buddy Sardo. Mm-hmm. Super Sardo's Pizza is right across from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office on Ulmerton. It's Sardo's Pizza. Listen, every single Pinellas County marked unit that I see is a Chevy Tahoe. It's not a Ford Expedition. I'm seeing the Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies in Tahoes, not in Expeditions. Couldn't pronounce, and I did a little homework. Apparently, there is a Jonathan Crawford that works for Pinellas County, but works in the jail. So there might be a deputy Jonathan Crawford that works in the jail. And he's not going to be making a This is such a racket. This is such. Oh, we're getting calls now. People got the same damn call.
This poor deputy has no idea his name is being used.
I know.
So
man.
And also, I don't think the badge number 84669 that doesn't sound like an ID number. Anyway, so also, what else did I notice? That was an American.
Yeah.
That was like a call from, I don't know whether it was local, whether it was Florida, or whether it was somewhere around the country, but our friends somehow got on the target list. Somehow their information was stolen because they knew their name. So our friend that got the phone call from the scammers somehow had a breach of information. So they had, I don't know whether they're buying stuff on the dark web, but that, listen to me.
What are your friends doing on the dark web?
No. I'm not saying my friends. That information was stolen and then ended up for sale on the dark web.
Did this come up on their cell phone? Or was it like a home phone or a landline?
It came up as a private, or
cell phone.
It came up on it was a cell phone call, and it came up as private. So if law enforcement is calling you, it's going to display the name or the phone number of the agency. And listen, even these days they can spoof that anyway, but they didn't even attempt to spoof it. But there is a level of sophistication here, and if you listen to the phone call, that was an American dude. That wasn't some foreign, some boiler room operation in Pakistan or in India or in Eastern Europe somewhere.
Hey, you want to know something else?
That was an American doing the scam.
MJ, I don't think he was really at your mom's house. I don't think he was there.
You like that call?
That was great. I'm like, all right, I'm just putting them together.
And then,
all right, he has an answer. All right.
And then I finally broke him. And then finally he was saying, bleep my, how about you bleep my bleep? So I flushed the guy out.
I mean, time is money. I mean, he spent, an hour with these people?
It was about an hour altogether. So they wasted an hour, and then we just totally shut them down, and it gets to cursing and name-calling. Totally flushed them out.
Okay.
All right, we're getting phone calls. Let me go to line one, and if anyone else has does that voice sound familiar? Does anyone listening have any experience with that same guy, same voice, or someone similar to that? It's the jury duty scam. Ignore it. Hang up on them. Tell them to go bleep off like I did, and then I set them off. All right, 800-990-1047. I was very proud of that phone call, by the way. 800-990-1047. If you want to get in on the scam calls, the jury duty scam. I mean, so many mistakes.
All right, what did you think of the call? I mean, if you want people to call in, MJ, what did you think of that?
Sardo's is right across the street. Super Sardo's Pizza right across the street. There's no Target right across the street, to the best of my knowledge. They couldn't pronounce the sheriff's name right. They didn't have the primary patrol vehicle correct. I mean, just so many problems. But they were pretty fast with some information that might fool some people. But you're not going to fool me.
So the Target, Largo Mall's on the other side.
Yeah.
So the Target is across the other way. It's across Seminole Boulevard.
Yeah.
But you were talking about, here's the Google map of it with the sheriff's office. Right across the street on Ulmerton Road, Super Sardo's.
Super Sardo's Pizza.
The Target is the other way.
Yeah.
So he's looking at a map just like I am.
Yeah. It's to the side, not across the street. All right, 800-990-1047 if you want to comment. Hey, you like the phone call, folks?
Oh, man. That was great.
Right, let me grab Lee. Lee's in Tampa. Hi, Lee. You're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hello, welcome.
Good morning. Yeah, I just looked at my phone. I got the exact same call on a Saturday, the 12th. And it sounded like the exact same guy because he said from Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. So you're in Tampa. They were pretending to be with HCSO.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And it sounded suspicious. First it said private number, and then it said call me at this number here. And it sounded, he wasn't trying to sound professional, and he never left the phone number. So, again, a little bit panicked. I just called the non-emergency number, and the guy looks it up because we don't even have anybody here. And I think it was the same guy's name. It sounded familiar. I didn't write it down, but
Deputy Jonathan Crawford.
Lee, do you still have the voicemail?
You know what? I do, and I recorded it on another phone just because I'm that freaking paranoid that I'm getting,
Oh, I'd love you to send that to us so we can do an A-B comparison and see if it is the same guy's voice.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for jogging my memory. I did, because I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I recorded it.
So are we.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm a weirdo, too.
We're in good company.
Yeah. Lee, can you send that to Fester?
You could,
I
think there's a way.
I will see if I have it on this phone still. If not, it's on an old phone at home.
Do you have my phone number, Lee?
I will send it.
You know Fester's cell number, right?
Everybody knows.
You should. I know?
Or if you can email it, just email it to mj@mjmorningshow.com.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes,
that'll be easier.
That'll be easier. Just email me your recordings to mj@mjmorningshow.com. Very easy, all right?
Gotcha. Oh, and you know what? What is Fester's phone number, just in case?
I'm glad you asked. It's 813
yes.
310
310, yes.
8444.
8444.
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much, and we'll be chatting later.
All right, thank you, Lee. Thanks for calling in. Let me grab
Text me anytime.
Philip's in Tampa. Philip, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ, what's up?
Just having fun, man. What's going on?
I really enjoyed that. But, when I was listening to that Jonathan from the phone call, it sounds like that Jonathan guy from that insurance company that Alex Trebek used to promote on TV.
Yeah. That's and that guy's now doing it doesn't sound like him, but I know what you're talking about.
I thought it did, and it sounded kind of familiar. But that's what kind of sprung it to me. But good job, I really enjoyed that. I appreciate you,
Philip. Thank you. I appreciate you listening to the MJ Morning Show. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Show. Every morning I listen.
Thank you, Philip.
Guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Joe is in Hudson. Joe, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say, I guarantee you that guy is from Pinellas County, and he was in the county jail at one point.
He might have been in the jail.
Oh, so that's why he's using the name Jonathan Crawford?
Right. I guarantee it. He probably learned the scam from somebody in the jail.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Joe, good observation. Thank you. Let me grab one more on this, and then we'll move on this busy Wednesday. I'm going to have to play that call again at some point.
That was great.
Yeah.
It was only like, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes?
2 minutes and 51 seconds.
Man.
Yeah. All right, let me grab line 5. Liz in Tampa. Liz, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, MJ. So my husband is very gullible, and I spoke to that same gentleman last week.
Hold on, the same one that I just played, that same voice?
The same exact guy, and we had the same exact conversation as you had with.
Wow.
So he called my husband. My husband's very gullible. He called me. He said, hey, this guy calls me, tells me I got a warrant out. So I called the number back. They didn't answer. The guy ends up calling me back, telling me the same spiel he tells you. And I said, well, I just wanted to let you know that you're talking to Deputy Parks. And as soon as I said that, he said, "Well, fuck you." I F you.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
Easy, Liz.
hang on, hold on. I had to dump that. All right. So, yeah. Don't say the F-bomb. But what you're saying is that
if you cuss them out, they always tell on themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So you said that you're Deputy Parks, and then he said "F you" to you?
Absolutely.
Now, are you a deputy?
My husband was he was a corrections officer for a while, but no, I'm not a deputy.
Gotcha. All right. And then that flushed him out, and then he F-bombed you, just like you did
and then
us.
we had that same dialogue that you and him had as well.
Gotcha. Liz, thanks for the story. I appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
All right. So I dumped the F-bomb on the broadcast version of the show here on 104.7, but the F-bomb lives on MJTV, and it will live on the podcast, which is posted after 11 a.m. every day. Yes, Fester.
So I was just sent a voicemail.
Jizz?
I can play it, but I'll play it off of my phone if you like.
Yeah.
He gives a number to call back to.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, I kind of previewed it a second ago.
Hold on a minute. Whose recording is this?
One of our listeners sent me a text of a voicemail that they received.
Is it the same guy?
It says, "Hey, Fester, this is the friend. They also called my husband." Oh, this is your friend.
Who?
I don't know.
All right. So, all right. Don't mention any names, but this is the.
Here, look at my phone.
All right. Let me see. I don't know their number. Yeah, that's
your buddy.
That's our
my buddy.
that is our friend.
That's
you
my
know
guy.
you know who it is
I
as
love
well.
that guy. Yeah, he's
so
the best.
this is the friend that brought me in on the phone call that I just played.
Okay.
Yeah.
So open up that file
open up the attachment
that the friend sent me.
All right,
I guess.
hang on. All right. So is your volume all the way up on this thing?
I don't know. I don't know how to work that thing.
All right, hold on. Let me see here. I'm pushing play, but there's nothing. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
It's like you pushed the screen.
Yeah, I did. It's playing, but there's no audio coming out.
Let me see.
Here, you play the damn thing. So apparently did give out a phone number. I got to move on because I got a lot of things to get to today. I want to run out of time.
You don't.
If you yes, I do. All right, look, Fester, I'm moving on.
All right, wait. Can I just say I want to turn this into a PSA?
Yeah. Hold on, Fester. Do you have it? Hold on.
Oh, I got to put it on speaker now.
Yes, you do. You have to put it on speaker.
I don't know how to do that.
And it's oh my god.
I don't know how to do any of this.
There it is.
I'm going to make contact with William.
I on it.
If you would, please give me a call back at 737-440-39.
Oh, there is a phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've got a phone number.
Yeah.
We need to have fun with that.
This can be the gift that keeps on giving forever.
All right, Michelle, what is your PSA?
I just want to say that if you ever get a call like this, courts will never, ever, ever, we can use the word never here, ask for immediate payment over the phone. No government agency will do that, okay? And only scammers will insist that you can pay with things like gift cards, payment apps,
Western
wire
Union, yeah.
Yes, because that's the way you cannot get your money back.
Exactly.
And they will also never ask for sensitive personal information over the phone. So people, if you're getting these calls or these emails or texts, just keep those things in mind. At the minute any of those situations occurs where somebody asks you to pay with, PayPal or Zelle, it's not for real.
Folks,
hang up.
You are not going to believe what happened to me yesterday.
In addition to this?
Something else. Something
I
else.
know.
You are not going to believe what happened to me yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of the MJ Morning Show, I want you to call right now and guess what I got in the mail yesterday. This is unbelievable. What did I get in the mail yesterday? 800-990-1047. I want to see how quickly a listener can guess what I got in the mail yesterday. This is unbelievable. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll full circle the whole deal after someone guesses. What do you think I received in the mail yesterday? This is a letter. A 63-cent stamp. It's a postal machine. What did I, MJ, get in the mail yesterday? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What do you think I got in the mail yesterday? Every line is ringing. Our buddy Chris is first up from Kojak's Ribs out in Sefner. Chris, what is your guess? What do you think I got in the mail yesterday?
Confirmation that your taxes have been paid last year?
Nope. Hey, listen, Chris, good guess, but no.
I mean, Chris, you're right.
Yep.
When MJ says I got something in the mail, I'm automatically thinking tax returns or tax related.
Chris, thanks for the call. We'll see you out at Kojak soon. Bonnie in Largo. Bonnie, what do you think I got in the mail yesterday?
I thought it was the taxes.
Nope, not taxes. Thanks for guessing. Let me grab Christine in Lakeland. Christine, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What did I get in the mail yesterday?
Was it a red light ticket?
Was it what?
A red light ticket?
A red light ticket.
It was not a red light. I've never gotten one of those. I've never, because I don't run red lights. And I know where all the cameras are in Tampa with that big racket going on. Chris, nope, it's not a red light ticket. But good guess, but wrong. Crystal in Zephyr Hills. Crystal, what did I get in the mail yesterday?
Was it an AARP card?
I've been getting those for years. Nope. And I hate those things. I mean, come on. But I have gotten those. Crystal, it was not an AARP card. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for the guess. Debbie's in Brandon. What did I get in the mail yesterday? This is unbelievable.
What did I get in the mail yesterday?
Debbie, turn your radio all the way down.
Too late.
No. Debbie.
Yeah.
All right, turn your radio down, Debbie. It's going to confuse you. We got like a 20-second delay. Debbie, what did I get in the mail yesterday?
You got a jury summons.
Did you say jury summons?
Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
Maybe I can guess the next winning numbers for Powerball tonight.
Unbelievable. So wait a minute. The same day our friend is getting scammed with a jury call, I get the letter from Victor D. Christ, the clerk of the circuit court and comptroller for Hillsborough County. I get.
That's crazy.
All right, listen to this. This is my first jury summons in 29 years. My last jury summons was.
OMG.
My last jury summons was 1996. I arrived in Tampa in 1994 with Michelle. We started at the Power Pig in February of 94. I got my first jury duty summons in 1996, and I actually showed up. I left the show a little early, and I had to go down to what's now the Pat Frank, the state attorney's office. I think that's where the old courthouse was. And I had to sit in this janky old auditorium with like 1940s theater seats. And that was
uncomfortable things.
1996, and then yesterday I go get the mail, and I have a jury summons, and I'll share some of the. Is this crazy? I picked up I stop on the way home because we don't have a mailbox at the house, so we have a PO box. Which we've had for decades now. And on the way home from the studio yesterday, Michelle and we stopped at the P.O. box. I got the mail. I do it a couple of times a week. And I'm like, oh, man, my luck just ran out here. So I've got Victor D. Chris, clerk of the circuit court, Honorable Judge Sabella.
I think I had one of the jury summons that was for that same judge too, but I never got to see him. They never picked me or any of that stuff. He's forever.
He's the chief judge, so I think his I believe his name is on everything. But my jury summons is for Tuesday, May 27th at 8 a.m. So it's the day after Memorial Day.
Oh, we're taking a long weekend.
Well, I got
That's what I said.
Well, but here's the deal.
Let's take the Tuesday off.
Hang on a minute.
You could do the show from from the waiting room.
Can you shut your lasagna hole for a second and let me speak?
I'll shut both my holes.
All right. So my juror number is 1,095, Fester.
I don't think you're getting selected, but you just be sitting there for a while.
So but here's the deal. So I guess the Friday before, I'm supposed to call or go to their Facebook page because sometimes they'll say all jurors need to appear or only jurors 1 through 400 or 1 through 500. I've got a high number. 1,095 is a high number. But can you believe that I get a jury summons for the first time in 29 years, and then 2 hours, 3 hours later, I'm getting a call from a friend of ours that they're being
kind of a weird situation because I have a friend of mine that when she gets her jury duty summons, I was talking about it, and that's the next day in the mail, I got a summons.
Yeah.
So her and I are pretty much on sync. So every time I get a jury duty letter, I call her and I say, hey, did you get yours? Are we showing up the same day? We haven't done that yet.
All right, let me tell you right now that it's my civic duty. If I am not called off, when I call the special phone number for the clerk of the court prior to my commanded appearance for jury duty, if I am not called off, I'm going to go. So I guess I'm going to have to do part of the show that Tuesday, and then
down there.
do part of the show and then leave early, and then maybe put best ofs on, or maybe let Michelle and Fester finish the show without me.
The MF morning show.
Oh, that's going to be an awesome time. Okay, Fester.
The
Michelle,
MF.
you got it.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Good guess. The MF morning show. So yeah, I'm commanded to appear. Tuesday, May 27, 2025, 8 a.m., and I have to appear at the George E. Edgecombe Courthouse, which is on East Twigs, second floor.
Oh, you know where it is.
I know exactly what it is. 8 a.m., I got to walk through the metal detectors and everything. I get free parking. So if I do not get the wave off, meaning that their Facebook page or the phone line, if it tells me that if I'm a certain juror number that I don't need to show up, I won't. But if I do have to show up, I will have to do my civic duty. And yes, Andrew's holding up his phone. I don't know what. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, I had a number over 1,000 as well, and I still had to go in.
What was your number?
1,011.
Oh, I'm 1,095.
Still over 1,000.
So but you know, this is the day. How many trials are going to be run on the short week?
Big trial week.
Well, you know what? I mean, after the holiday, the Memorial Day is probably a date where we're going to start jury selection after Memorial Day.
Yeah,
and that Tuesday is when it all starts.
Let's go. They're teeing them up.
Hey, did you see the post office collapse over in East Tampa? Is that Ybor? Is that the? I think I had a package just escape out of there yesterday. It might have been stuck in there. This is insane. Did you see? It looks like earthquake damage. This is insane.
What the hell happened
So the U.S. Postal Service distribution center in Tampa, I guess it's 4720 Oak Fair Boulevard in Tampa. The whole side of the building collapsed. I mean, it's like crumbling concrete and rebar. I'm telling you, it looks like a 6.6 earthquake hit Ybor City yesterday. It is insane.
Was this the post office they rebuilt like 25 years ago with that massive fire?
No. Here's the bizarre part.
Yeah.
This building is apparently only about 5 years old. What kind of crapbag construction causes this concrete package facility for the U.S. Postal Service in Ybor? What causes the freaking wall? It's a warehouse-looking building. It's like a fulfillment center-looking building. And the whole freaking corner is, the building collapsed. And again, there's chunks of concrete. This is like a building where the big U.S. Postal Service tractor trailers back into the loading bays, the loading docks. And it's closed. And
all right, it's at I-4 and 301.
Is that where it is? But is this considered the because I just had a package that was just left, and I got the notification. I had a package that I'm expecting today. So my mail guy, JR, you're going to have my package today. So I had a package that left the Ybor package facility. I don't know if this is the same one.
Okay, so
is it? Yeah, you know what it does? It says the collapse occurred at the Ybor City, Florida Package Support Annex, located at 4720. This must be the same center. My package just got the hell out of there before the collapse, apparently, yesterday.
Wow.
Or else my package, which I'm eagerly awaiting, might be all stuck up inside this thing.
So there's also the Ybor City Processing and Distribution Center, which is the one that I'm thinking at, which is at,
Oh, wait a sec. The construction company? Janky Brothers.
I tell you what, man.
I'm kidding. How does a building that's 5 years old collapse like this? It looks like an EF4 tornado ran into it or an earthquake. The whole freaking building. this building might have to be demolished.
How did Hurricane Milton not take this out?
I don't know if the building is going to be inhabitable, if the building is going to be usable again. This is insane. I saw some employees on the news. This is from Channel 8. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue responded to a partial building collapse at the USPS Ybor City Package Support Annex. Yep. Crews roped off the area near the corner of the building as rubble lay across the parking lot. And there's like a mezzanine level. So there's a second floor mezzanine, and apparently the bulk of the building collapsed onto that. There were like 50 people inside at the time.
Oh, my God.
I mean, this looks like a freaking earthquake. If you showed me this picture and said, oh, yeah, this was from the Bangkok earthquake, I'd say, yeah, well, that's what a 7 point whatever does, you know? No. It no weather, nothing. It just collapses on a sunny day yesterday.
All right, so while this is a really dramatic piece of damage, the building is like
This
20
is like-
times larger.
Oh,
They'll rebuild this corner.
I don't know. I don't know but what about the structural integrity of the rest of if this is collapsing, what's going to collapse next? Who the hell wants to work in this building?
We're just going to roll the dice.
No, Fester.
We'll be fine.
Man, that is just insane. All right, but luckily I think my package escaped and it's going to be out for delivery shortly. But my package went through this and I think it just got out before the collapse. That's all I care about. No, I'm happy that I guess there were 3 minor injuries, but nothing. All right, bring this guy up. Hang on, yeah, this is Don Barron.
He's with the union, I think?
Yeah, he's the union rep for the U.S. Postal Service workers.
Boxes are damaged. We're told that there's a process for that as well.
No, leave it.
Whatever is damaged is damaged. They have a facility where they put damaged mail together. If they can find any type of address on it, depending on if it's been burned, California, wet to where you can't read it. But if they can, whichever address it is, whether it's the sender or the recipient, they'll get it back to them in a plastic bag.
All right, so that's Don Barron, and he's the union representative for the postal workers locally. That's incredible. That was from Channel 10. Just incredible. Oh, and did you see, I think this is important to mention, did you see the mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor? They had a press conference yesterday, and they're going to redevelop the northern end of downtown Tampa, which looks like burned out Detroit, and it has for decades. I'm all for the project, but man, that part of downtown Tampa, it is awful. I mean, it's
right for redevelopment.
It has been terrible for decades. What took so long? It's where the old jail used to be along Morgan Street, the old Morgan Street jail, and there used to be a law enforcement facility down there as well, and right near that standalone Burger King.
Hold on now. Let's talk about the city and downtown. I mean, they started with the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
And that took several years. Then they redeveloped all of Water
Channel
Street
Side,
and Channelside,
Water,
which was a massive undertaking. So now they're getting to North. What do you mean what took so long? It's time.
Well, I'm just saying that place has looked like Detroit for decades. It's awful. What are you laughing at?
Why do you say Detroit?
Because
what are you disparaging Detroit for?
When was the last time you were in Detroit?
Yeah, really.
Because all of those abandoned houses and all that disgustingness in parts of Detroit. That's what it looked like over there. So that's a positive thing.
It's time for that part to be redeveloped.
Yeah.
And it's going to turn into apartments, man.
Hey,
It's gonna be just like Water Street is.
I mentioned this yesterday, and I didn't get around to it, so I apologize for the lack of fulfillment.
Yeah, we're all very upset about it.
I had a couple of complaints. I had a couple of emails saying, hey, you said you were going to do something, you didn't. There are a few people that call me out. So if I tease something, I don't get to it. I got some folks that call me out, so I try not to tease and not deliver. Listen, I deliver on 99.5%, and sometimes I tease something and it just falls through the cracks. So do you remember yesterday I said, this was early in the show, I said, man, I've got a list of subtle signs that tells if someone's smart. So how do you tell if you're dealing with a very smart person? There are 15 subtle signs that other people tend to notice. So I want to go down this list. And Michelle, use me as an example. I don't know if you think I don't know if you think I'm smart or not. This could go either way.
Smart ass.
Or maybe I'm smart on some things and I'm a total freaking moron on other things.
Yes, already.
All right, here we go. 15 subtle signs that somebody is highly intelligent. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1, they admit their mistakes. Where do I fall on the list?
Never.
That is not
Next.
true. That is not true. I admit mistakes.
You know, a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, maybe you're a 2.
All right, but that's what, you ganging up on me,
No,
guys?
she said never, and I think that's a lie. I mean, not never, but not high either.
No, it comes across like this. Whenever I point it out, he goes, "So I made a mistake."
Your acknowledgments of mistakes are like federal cases. You go,
Right.
"Oh, yeah."
Yes, thank you, Fester.
All right. Number 2, great problem solvers.
You're a problem maker.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What about my friend just called me with the jury duty scam call yesterday? I
Okay,
think
so-
I solved that problem. I demonstrated live on the air half an hour ago. I solved the problem with that phone call.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
You are a problem solver, but sometimes your strategy of solving it, like in this case, I would have just been like, "You're a liar. Stop doing this. Get off the phone." I wouldn't have wasted my 20 minutes. But you like to solve problems in the most like engaging and antagonistic fashion that entertains you.
I'd give him high marks on being a problem solver.
Yeah. You know what?
I'll give you that one.
I think I'm a problem
Yeah,
solver.
I do too.
A lot of people come to me when they want something done.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Michelle?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, there we go. So
Fester gets hit, by a school bus and rammed into a tree, and he called you first.
I'm the first person a lot of people call.
MJ's counsel on a variety of subjects is sometimes surprisingly valuable.
Surprisingly valuable. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, number 3, they appreciate nuance.
That's you.
Yeah,
I think I
all day
appreciate.
long.
Yeah, I get into some nuance and minutia on this show.
Yeah.
Maybe I go in a little too deep than a fingernail scratch. All right, if you're just tuning in, 15 subtle signs that someone is highly intelligent.
And so far, MJ's the president of Mensa.
Oh, yeah, stop it. Number 5. Where's number 4? Oh, number 4. Number 4. They say, "I don't know."
Yeah, you say I don't know a lot.
I do.
Yeah, you don't. If you don't know, you don't make it up.
If I don't know something, I'll say I don't know. I've got a pretty good grasp on a kind of a wide range of crap, but if I don't know, I will say I don't know.
Yeah, I'll totally make it up.
All right, you're the biggest BS.
I'll make it up.
You're the biggest BS artist. All right, number 5, they have self-doubt. Michelle, do I have self-doubt?
I think you've expressed that over the years.
Yeah, if I doubt something, I'm going to express self-doubt.
I've been with you in the launch of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, shows, and so I think there's been moments where you've been like, "I don't know," and I'm like, "No, do it."
I mean, you're not a public doubter.
Yeah.
I think you may wrestle with it privately, briefly, but
right.
I think the most famous thing is what Michelle might be referring to as far as a show is when we first moved to Tampa, when I was hired by the Power Pig, and we started the MJ and BJ morning show on the Power Pig back in '94. When we moved here, I said to Michelle, "Yeah, we're just going to rent an apartment because I have no idea how long this job is going to last."
Right.
So,
and that is the one I was referring to.
Yeah. And, here I am, the MJ and BJ show, the MJ morning show, the most successful morning radio show in the history of Tampa Bay radio. You look at the monetary levels that we've reached, the amount of billing, the revenue that this show has brought in. No one's been higher than this program. Let's see. Number 6, they ask questions.
Oh, yeah. 10.
All right, so I'm a ridiculous question asker. I'm like a machine gun.
To the point that it's fatiguing.
Now, this is not a list about me. I just wanted to see where you guys thought that I fell on the list. So, and I'm not saying I'm a highly intelligent individual.
Yeah, neither are we.
Yeah. All right. Number 7, they love a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Mm-hmm.
I do. Number 8, they know their audience. I do a radio show. I think I know the freaking audience. All right?
Pretty good job of that.
And that, quite literally, I can answer that question. Number 9, they can simplify big ideas.
I don't know if you could simplify anything.
Yeah, I might not. I might
No, you know what it is?
What?
You do. I think you do that, but it's not like the fact that you can do it. I think you simplify big ideas because if it's too big, it's like too chaotic and too much information. You do have a tendency to try to simplify stuff down.
All right. Number 10, they listen to people they disagree with. Do I listen? I do.
Okay.
I mean, I'll let them have it. I won't let them get away with it. If I disagree with somebody, I'll hear them out, but then I'll put them on blast.
You can have an amicable conversation with somebody you don't always agree with.
Number 11, they're humble.
Oh, it's next.
Why the silence?
Okay.
Next.
Why the Depeche Mode song? Enjoy the silence.
You know what? You're humble in your attire. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you know what?
Number 12, they take a moment. They pause to think about a novel question instead of instantly blurting out.
No, you're a blurter.
I'm a blurter.
We're
I am.
blurters, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite. Well, you know, some things I'll think about, but
No.
I think I'm probably more of a blurter.
Mm-hmm.
You're a blurter and reactionary.
I am a reactionary,
Yeah.
but I have gotten better over the years.
No,
people expect me to have a certain reaction, and I think I've mellowed out a bit, and maybe I don't always provide the reaction that some people think.
What the reactions are have mellowed, but you're still reaction based.
All right, number 13, they're well spoken. I think I'm well spoken.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 14, dry sense of humor. What are you laughing at?
I think between the two of us, we have almost every kind of sense of humor.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can be dry, I can be dark, I can be funny.
And then finally, on the list of 15 subtle signs that someone is smart, highly intelligent, last one, number 15, they are great storytellers.
I think that's a given.
Yeah, that's just the nature of what I do. So anyway, I guess I've got a high percentage, the majority of the
50%?
I mean, I give them a higher ranking than that.
Yeah, so there you have it. Are you ready for, and listen to this, the most useless phrase in an email? I want to see if you guys can guess this. You didn't see this, did you, Fester?
No.
Michelle, you didn't see this, right?
I did not.
This, according to communications experts, this is the most do nothing, say nothing, the dumbest phrase, one of the worst phrases that you can use in an email. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
Take a guess. Fester. I see your
No, I'm thinking
your wheels turning over there.
Is it like circle back?
You know you're close.
Or like, you know, not. I don't think it's like I want to follow up with something, but
is it? Let me know what you think.
You know, you guys are kind of dancing around it.
Any thoughts? Question? I don't know.
I'll get back with you on that.
You guys are close. You're dancing.
Okay, I'm out. I don't know what else. I mean, reconvene, synergy, or reconvene, or something like that.
Yo, you guys are tap dancing all around it. What? The phrase is: this is the worst, most useless phrase that you can use in an email. Just checking in. Just checking in. Avoid it.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah. So heads up, CEOs, COOs, titans of business will say they hate it. Hey, just checking in. So avoid. It's just innocuous. It's superfluous. It's garbage. It's just verbal diarrhea. It means nothing.
There's no meaning behind it.
It's worthless. Just checking in. So I wonder how many folks literally listening to the show right now were typing, hey, just checking in.
Delete,
backspace,
delete.
backspace. Don't do it.
I mean, you might think you're bringing value as the person asking the question, but the person receiving it's getting nothing from you.
Yeah.
I saw this next item last night, and I immediately almost got sick to my stomach. What is the worst thing that somebody could bring to eat at a Broadway show? This is unbelievable. This happened in New York, Broadway show. What is the worst possible thing that someone could bring to snack on?
Have you been to a Broadway show?
What?
Have you been to a Broadway show? I'm asking. I don't know.
Yes, I've been to. Yes,
I mean, I know you've lived in the city and all that stuff, but
Michelle and I've been to numerous Broadway shows.
But I don't remember bringing a snack as like a thing to do because they have
a concession.
Yeah,
and also that's a kind of a thing that you go to dinner either before or after, depending on what time your show is.
I mean, maybe
so why are you bringing a snack?
Maybe you smuggle in a box of snow caps or something.
Yeah, I mean,
but they bring in like soup or something.
All right,
they bring in an air fryer.
No, they brought in an air fryer. They ran an extension cord all the way from their row out to the back wall to run an air fryer. This is disgusting. This showed up on social media. A woman posted a video. Somebody walked in, sat down at a Broadway show, and opened up a can of tuna fish.
Oh, gross.
And is eating tuna fish out of a can.
Wow.
What is this? A cabaret in the middle of what is it? So the person that posted this is Alyssa Naka Silver. Shared her experience. I saw it on Instagram. In the video, the content creator is looking at the camera, and it says, me turning to the woman who opened a can of tuna and ate it during the second act of Cabaret last night. Is that New York? It doesn't say the location, but can you imagine somebody opening up?
So currently, Cabaret is playing at the Kit Kat Club?
On Broadway.
On Broadway.
Yeah. So it's Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club on Broadway. Tickets, cast, and creative about, I don't even know
food and drink.
No.
They give you whole cans of tuna fish.
No, they don't. This person brought a can of tuna from home and opens it up and starts eating it during the.
What do you do with it? Like after you're finished, you put the can like back in your purse or your bag under your seat. I mean, just gross.
Oh my God.
I would expect a can of tuna fish at Cats.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see. Buy tickets. Yeah, I can buy tickets to Cabaret. What theater is it in?
It's at the Kit Kat.
It's at the August Wilson Theater.
Do you know that one off the top of your head?
You know, I don't know. I don't know all the theaters, but that's where Cabaret. So the name of the show is Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're talking about the same one, like the famous Cabaret.
Do you think they have Kit Kats at the snack bar?
They should.
Give me a break. That Kit Kat bar. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Yeah, the August Wilson Theater, Broadway in New York. I don't know the ad. It's probably on like 44th Street or
West 52nd.
What is it? West what?
West 52nd.
Gotcha.
How much is the Saturday matinee? Let's go.
Can you imagine someone opening up a can of tuna? How disgusting is that? What do you think more than a third of Americans hate doing when being asked to do this?
Scrub toilets.
You know, that's probably a bad thing, but that is incorrect.
Is she close? Is it housework related?
Let me give you a clue.
I hate a lot of things.
Maybe I need to get Wade. Maybe I need to get Wade Sweikel, one of our advertisers, on the show.
Oh, you just gave it away.
Yeah, I know. Duh.
Okay. Well,
more than a third of Americans despise when they're asked by a friend or relative to help them move. Hey, what are you doing Saturday? What are you doing Sunday? You think you can help me move? Oh, man, that's like the worst thing to get backed into is when someone asks you to help them to move. That sucks.
I also feel that's like an age thing also.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, whenever that happens, I always have some MRI appointment that's been booked for 2 months.
No, I don't think that's what Fester meant.
I mean, like, I might have asked a couple of buddies to help me move when I had an apartment in my 20s.
Yeah.
But now I wouldn't ask anybody to help me move.
Right.
I'd hire a moving company or get it done myself.
That's why you call twocollegebrothers.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't ask a friend to move. Just go ahead and get it done the right way. Your friend is probably going to be a clod anyway and probably, ram into the doorway with some expensive dresser and scratch the doorway, scratch the furniture, rip a knob off. Yeah, go ahead and just call twocollegebrothers.com and get your move done. Yeah, don't ask a friend to help you move because a large percentage of people hate it. Yeah, new surveys out. 2,000 adults were surveyed and 35%, they hate being asked. It's got to be high. I think that number's low.
I think it probably is low.
I think that's lower. What was that game show? Higher, lower. What was the one where you had to guess the percentages?
Oh, I thought it was Card Shark.
Was that card? Was it?
You know, you turn the card over. And
that was
higher or lower.
Higher than an 8, lower than a 6,
It's very
higher than a 4. No.
Very intelligent show.
Very, very, very intelligent show. All right, what time is it? 8:48? Did you see the nut job in Illinois that owns a ramen shop and started running down the sidewalk and yelling at a customer who didn't tip?
No.
This is insane. This is an Illinois restaurant owner. His name is Kenny Chu. Kenny owns a ramen shop, and he is stalking the customer down the street for not tipping. And the audio is crazy. And this guy's now getting like boycotted, the owner of the restaurant, and he seems like a subtle, nice guy.
Or a mild-mannered ramen shop owner?
Well, he did an interview with, Andrew, what TV station was it CBS Chicago? So he does an interview with CBS Chicago, and he's like all meek, and I mean, he's withdrawn, and he truly seems like he's really apologetic and sorry. But a guy goes in, orders an $18 ramen deal. With tax, it's like 19 and change. And the guy, I guess, did not leave a tip. Now, what is not delineated, I don't think it was takeout. I think he must have sat in the restaurant and didn't tip the staff. All right? But again, what do you do? If you walk up to a counter and you place an order and they call your name and you pick up and then you go sit at one of the tables, do you tip on that? I tend not to. I tend to tip if I sit down at a restaurant and I'm served and a server comes and there is service. They take my order. They bring me my order. They bring me water. You know, that is service. Hey, is there anything else you need? Hey, how's your meal? That's service. That's where I will tip. Absolutely. I'll tip if it's good, at least 20%.
I mean, if you're ordering from a counter and essentially the restaurant's just like a glorified fast food type place, then I carried out a lunch yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And it was, I ordered a Philly cheesesteak, and it was from a restaurant up in Land O'Lakes.
Give him a plug. What was it?
It was called A Taste of Philly on 41
Okay.
in Land O'Lakes.
Right.
I've had to drive up there. I've seen it out of the corner of my eye. I stopped. I ordered a Philly cheesesteak.
Hey,
It came
wait,
to like,
hold on. The first time ever?
First time ever.
Was it good?
It was good. It was
All
a
right.
good Philly cheesesteak, and you can tell you it's
First of all, if you want to sound like you're from Philly, you just call it a steak.
Look, I'm not. I'm not from Philly.
He's not trying to pretend.
I don't want to sound like I'm from Philly.
Had a steak.
I actually kind of don't like people from Philly.
Real Philly people. I know you don't like Eagles fans, but real Philly people, they don't say cheesesteak. They just say a steak.
I hate people from Boston the most. I hate people from Philly second.
So-
but I do like the cheesesteaks.
So what you were saying?
So I ordered the 10-inch cheesesteak with
onions. So it's with or without. With or without. With is with onions. Without is without onions.
And then I had the whiz put on, right? But all the clerk did was take my order. I paid for it, and I got it in a bag, and there was no tip involved.
You just pay it and get out.
Right.
Hey, we stopped at, Michelle wanted an egg salad sandwich from Barrows yesterday. We stopped, and the Barrows owner, he knows. Wes.
Yeah.
So Wes is like, yep, no tip. I said, yep, you know me, because if I'm picking up a sandwich, he knows if I'm picking up a sandwich and there's no service, then there's no tip. All right, I'm running out of time here. I got to play. You know what? I'm up against the clock. I didn't do my time management well.
You're really poor.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, don't move. Right after the break, I got to play this audio of the ramen shop owner running down the street. He threatened to slap the sheet out of the customer. You got to hear. You got to hear this audio, and we'll get to it next, right after the break. I'm sorry, I wanted to keep it all together, but it's 8:53, and I got to get the spots in before 9. All right, so we're back in just minutes, and you got to hear this audio, and the whole 9 o'clock hour is going to be phenomenal, and it's all next. MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. All right, here we go. 9:01 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, Michelle. Let me get right back to the crazy ramen restaurant owner. This is in Evanston, Illinois. This dude does an interview with CBS Chicago after this whole story's gone viral because the customer, if you're just tuning in, and lightning tickets. I'm sorry. I mentioned this numerous times. We have lightning tickets for tonight's game. This is going to be a quick turnaround, folks. This is Game 5, Lightning, Panthers in town, home game, do or die for the Lightning. The Lightning have to win tonight, and then the next 2 games if they win tonight. So the Lightning have to win 3 in a row to stay alive. If the Panthers win one more game, that's it. Lightning out. Lightning snuffed out in round 1 of the NHL playoffs. So we've got Lightning tickets to give away in just a few minutes. Keep listening, and I'll tell you exactly when to call in. All right, so we've got this restaurant owner. It's a ramen shop. It's in Evanston, Illinois. Guy orders $18 ramen dish. With tax, it was like $19.77 or something, and customer doesn't tip. The owner of the ramen shop runs after the customer, and it looks like he's following the guy for like a quarter of a mile.
Is the guy walking backwards, just videoing the owner?
Yeah, apparently so. All right, you got to hear this encounter. So here are the audio bites, and then I'll play the interview that he did with CBS in Chicago. All right, listen to this.
Hey, bro, what do you want, bro? What do you want? I paid for my food. I paid for my food. What are you talking? Why are you following me down the street? You need to get the back. You need to get back. Why are you following me? Why are you following me? What do you think? Why are you following me? What are you gonna do? Call 911. Call 911. If you need to settle something, you know who to call.
So the guy paid for his dish, but didn't leave a tip, and the owner is angry.
I paid for my food. I handed you $20. You can't charge me more than what the menu say. So what are you talking about? Bro, I'm not legally required to give you a tip. Get the back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back, bro. Huh? I'm telling you to get back.
Yelling at me
with you, bro. Bro, I'm not trying to with you. You piece of shit. Bro, I'm not trying
goddamn
to with you.
yell at me.
I'm not trying to with you, bro.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Why are you following me down the street?
Wow.
I mean,
That's really aggressive over a couple of dollar tip.
This is over a ramen order at this ramen shop in Evanston, Illinois. Wait, but there's more.
Little piece of shit. I pay for my food. I'll smack the shit out of you, punk ass, man. I pay for my food.
That's the owner saying, I'll smack the bleep out of you.
That guy can make some ramen, man.
That is Kenny Chow, or Chew. It's C-H-O-U. How do you pronounce that? Kenny Chow. Oh, my God. The name of the ramen place was Six for Sticks or something, or hang on a minute. I'm sorry, Table to Sticks.
Yeah.
Table to Sticks.
It's Table, Table to Sticks, S-T-I-X. And, the food looks good. People say it's good ramen. It's good food. I guess, Japanese type food and ramen. And it was $19.89 total. So the guy dropped the $20 bill and I guess left 11 cents. But it was $18 plus tax, $19.89 total, but he didn't leave a tip at the ramen shop. And this is what's going on. You got the owner of the place, the owner's chef runs out and threatens to smack the bleep out of the customer.
Little piece of shit. I pay for my food. I'll smack the shit out of you, punk ass, man. I pay for my food, bro. Piece of shit. I pay for my food. How the f*** you did? How am I staff supposed to make money, huh? So raise your price, huh? Bro, we can solve this chill, bro. Punk ass, we can solve this chill, bro. We can solve this chill, bro.
The whole time he's being recorded. Unbelievable.
Oh my
yeah.
God, hey, there's one more part. Listen to this.
I pay for my food. We can solve this chill. Come here. We can solve this chill.
Let's go talk to them.
Why are you harassing me? Why are you harassing me?
Raise your goddamn voice at me.
Why are you following me down the street?
I'll slap the shit out of you, man.
Why are you following me down the street, bro?
So the owner's like, how do you expect my people to make a living when you don't tip? And wow. So this has gone viral. So the guy is, the owner of the shop is getting all kinds of hate comments online. He sits down with CBS Chicago and does a whole interview as this thing has gone totally viral. And you ought to hear the guy's demeanor now. So you heard the owner, and he's yelling.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the more aggressive, really, of the two. They're both kind of yelling and cursing, but listen to the difference now with the owner doing an interview with CBS Chicago.
Well, confrontation over tipping lands an Evanston restaurant owner in some hot water. And now he's sitting down with our Sarah Maki to say he takes full responsibility, he's sorry, and his door's open to the other person involved.
I mean, what else are you going to say? All right, here we go.
Hey, bro, what do you want, bro? What do you want? I pay for my food.
Evanston restaurant owner Kenny Cho says he takes full responsibility for his actions in this video, taken Saturday afternoon, telling us he followed a regular into the street, intending to tell him never to come back after leaving without tipping again.
You gonna tell them? I pay for my food.
So I guess the guy's like a serial non-tipper?
So he knew.
What are you talking about?
But, it must be, they do have tables, so I don't think it was a takeout order. I think he did eat his ramen there and didn't tip. But again, if you go to the counter and you order and then you pick it up and you take it back to your table yourself, I don't think a tip is necessarily required. If there's a server staff that's coming to the table, taking the order, bringing you the order and help with, then you do tip. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Here's Kenny now.
Tensions escalated, the men yelling at each other for several minutes as the customer walked away from the business.
Have you watched the video?
Yes.
And when you watched it, what did you see there?
Ashamed. I was just ashamed, bring shame to my wife as a husband, as an owner.
I think he has only one thing he can do. It's like a Harry Carey type of deal. I think in the middle of the restaurant, he's got to grab a samurai sword and plunge it into his stomach.
MJ.
I think that's the only way to absolve himself of the shame.
Stop.
Or he could probably do some community service, maybe help feed some homeless people in Evanston, Indiana. I can think of other things besides that.
Ramen for the homeless.
I mean,
there you go. Unbelievable.
At the same time, to my mom and dad.
The video ignited a debate online about tipping and led some people to leave messages on the sidewalk in shock.
Oh, yeah. People wrote messages on the sidewalk like disparaging the place.
The business, Table to Sticks, anti-black.
Table to Sticks, how can I help you?
Oh, and they're saying that it's anti-black because the customer was black. He's Asian. I don't know if he's Japanese, but Ramen is Japanese.
I picked up on that nuance of it as well. He goes after a person of color.
Yeah. Well, he's a person of color. He's a ethnic minority as well.
Two different tribes going at it, man.
Yeah.
I don't like any of it.
Yeah, I like the samurai sword deal.
I'm sorry?
All right, so that's a woman at the restaurant taking a call from an angry caller. So people are even calling the ramen shop and are letting them have it.
Josh has forced them to stop taking calls.
Because of the bad phone calls, they've stopped taking phone calls now. Man, they're getting slammed.
Their social media, while Yelp has paused any new reviews.
Yeah, so their social media is getting hammered. Yelp has shut off like the review process. What happens if you go to Google?
They still have a 4.5.
All right.
And surprisingly, no new reviews. I don't know. Maybe they can shut it off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yelp, not so lucky. I mean, somebody really is trying to tinkle on their cornflakes.
Wow.
Completely
Bro, you about to
unethical.
blow up on social media, bro.
When asked why
that's the customer. You about to blow up on social media, and he did.
he didn't tip, the customer told people online, "Oh, I just didn't want to." Cho tells us
So the customer said that he just didn't want to tip.
customer's brother has since come in, describing their conversation as productive.
I apologized to him and to his family, and I was asking if he can pass this message along to his little brother.
Adding he sent the brother home with the customer's favorite order.
All right, so the brother of the customer that got yelled at for not tipping, the brother goes in, and then Kenny, the owner, he's all apologetic now to the brother and even gave him a free order to go. I guess they know this guy. He's a regular, so wow.
I mean, I believe people do things one time that's like, the worst that you've ever seen them.
Yeah,
They're really apologetic for it.
It's not necessarily representative of their all-around character. Now, sometimes it is.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got a douche you're dealing with, but that's a constant. That's a 24/7 deal. But sometimes people just have a bad moment, and it's not really who they are. I don't know Kenny personally, so I don't know, but still, man, that's a hell of a situation. Who would like to win some Lightning tickets right now?
Okay, do you need to give some qualifications for the winner so we don't end up in the same situation we did last week?
Yeah, oh my God.
I mean, first of all, maybe you should make them tell you at least the name of a player or two.
No, I don't need
the name of the team.
No. It's the number caller wins.
Yeah.
We would like for it to be a rabid, super excited Lightning fan, but we get what we get.
Only super rabid fans may call right now.
Anybody
Please.
can call it.
All right. Would you like to see Game 5 do or die for the Tampa Bay Lightning down at Amalie tonight? Caller 50. Caller 50. Caller 50. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Caller 50. You'll win tickets to see Game 5. The Lightning have to win tonight. If the Panthers win tonight, that's it. They move on to the next round, and the Lightning are out in round 1. The Lightning have to win the next 3 games, tonight and then 2 more, in order to take the best of 7. Puck's going to drop at 7:30. Caller 50 right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you'd like to see the Lightning tonight, I am going to take Caller 50 live on the air. And hopefully it will not be a repeat of last week. Oh, you see OJ's back in the news?
Which one?
Not the murderer.
I was about to say.
Not the throat-slashing stabber.
Because he hasn't made headlines now for a year and a half?
Yeah, OJ's back in the news because an OJ truck flipped over in Bradenton.
Oh, no.
That's why OJ's in the news. Yeah, I wonder if it was Tropicana, because Tropicana's home office is in Bradenton. Yeah, Tropicana's having a rough enough time as it is. I
They
mean,
are.
that whole bottle redesign, which went over like a freaking lead balloon. Yeah, so they've been having some issues. Yeah, an orange juice truck flipped over. Yeah, yesterday it was on 9th Street East in Bradenton, and the juice was leaking out of the truck.
It's awful.
Can you keep if the juice is still contained but there's a leak? Do you have to throw away like all thousands and thousands of gallons of juice?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
If it flips over?
I mean, just the possibility of any contamination.
Yeah. Anyway, did you think it was really O.J. Simpson in the news when I said O.J.'s back in the news?
I don't know. Maybe. Something happened with his estate or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just the truck flipped over. All right, Andrew, what number are you up to? I don't want to go on to a new item here if I'm about to take caller number 50. He's got to be pretty close. Where are you, Andrew? What number? All right. So I can get the next one? Next one. All right. Andrew just said he just took 49. Just had to say, hey, Q105, you're caller 49. Thanks for trying. And that's where I pick up the next line, which is line 3 is number 50. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Donald.
This is Donald?
Yes.
Donald, from where are you calling?
I live in Ruskin.
Donald, what are you doing at 7:30 tonight?
Apparently, I'm going to a Lightning game, it sounds like.
Unless I just picked up the phone and I'm just screwing with you.
You do that sometimes.
Donald, do you know the name of the Tampa Bay professional hockey team?
The Tampa Bay Lightning.
All right, this is good. All right, this is much better than last.
We're off to a very good start.
Did you hear the guy last week?
I didn't hear the guy last week.
Oh, man, that was a treat. Listen, thank you so much. Yeah, Donald, you're caller 50. You are going to the Lightning tonight. Congratulations.
Awesome. I've been listening to you guys for years, since the 90s, so I love you guys so much.
Donald, that is very appreciative on my part. Thank you so much. All right, Donald, who are you going to bring to the game? You get 2 tickets, so who are you going to bring?
I'm going to try to talk my wife into going for sure, and then maybe another friend.
What's your wife's name?
Sure.
Oh, you only get 2
Her name's
tickets.
Claudine.
Hold on, what's your wife's name?
Claudine.
Yeah, no, what he's saying, Fester, is if Claudine doesn't want to go, then he'll take a friend.
Oh, I thought he was going to say like he was going to fix his wife up with his friend.
No.
And I'm like, that's really, really crazy, man.
Is Claudine there? Is Claudine at work? Where's Claudine right now?
She's sleeping right now.
She's sleeping? It's 9:16. Why is she sleeping at 9:16 on a Wednesday?
After the day's over.
Because she worked till 2:30 in the morning.
Okay, all right. There you go. All right, that's okay. All right, listen. You're going to the Lightning. Congratulations. You got 2 tickets. You just got to figure out who you're going to bring, whether it's going to be Claudine or your friend.
It's definitely going to be my wife. She's never been to a Lightning game.
Oh, that's
before.
fantastic. You want to wake her up, Fester?
Hey, can you wake her up right now?
Sure. Yeah, wait 1 second here.
Just walk into the room and nudge her.
Just start screaming, honey, I won! Just yell, I won. Just top of your lungs right now while your wife is sleeping. Walk in and say, I won! Go.
All right, give me a second here.
All right.
Honey, I won Lightning tickets for tonight.
Well, not as loud as I wanted, but, want him to shake the bed.
She doesn't even care right now.
Maybe she'll care when she wakes up.
Hey,
What does she do?
Give her the phone. Just give her the phone and tell her it's MJ Live.
This is the MJ Morning Show, honey.
Okay.
She gave me the away hand.
She gave you the away hand?
She gave me the away hand, yes.
Will she talk to us or no?
No, she's giving the away hand. We all know what that means.
You want to talk to him, honey?
No.
Good morning, thank you.
Did you hear what she said?
Good morning, thank you.
Claudette, can you hear me?
Claudine.
I'm sorry, Claudine.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Claudine, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Are you sleeping?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess what? I hope you're awake tonight because you're going to a Lightning game, Game 5 with your husband, okay?
Okay.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. All right, she's pissed.
No, she kind of perked up there at the end.
She did.
She was
She's smiling.
she was in a dead sleep. I mean, we did kind of ask a lot of waking her up.
What did she do until 2:30? What kind of work does she do?
She's actually a liquidation wholesaler at a warehouse, and she does live selling on Facebook.
Oh, wow. All right, fantastic. Hey, congratulations, Donald. I'm going to put you on hold. Andrew's going to give you all the information on getting your digital ticket, and enjoy yourself at the Lightning game tonight, okay?
Thanks, guys, so much.
You bet. Thank you for all your years of listening. Line 3, Andrew. Should I pick up line 4?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. They hung up. Good morning, MJ Morning Show.
Hello?
Hello, MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, my caller 50 or something.
Oh, I heard the radio on. You just heard I had the winner.
Yeah, I know. But my phone rang 20 times, and then it said the caller you are calling is not answering at the time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I had to hang up and call back.
I know. Listen, you're 52 because I tried to pick up 51 and it was a dial tone, but you almost got it, dude.
I know, man.
What's your name?
Bill.
All right, Bill. Thanks for listening, though. I highly appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, I remembered you. You were here in the Tampa area like over 20 years ago, and you called O.J. Simpson.
Oh, that's right.
At
Wait.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We woke OJ up.
We used to wake OJ up. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think it was your wife said, "This is."
Remember when Michelle?
You met me at the bar.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh, you know what? I ought to play that classic. You know, I have it. You know what? You know what? It's on one of the CDs. I have it. I'll tell you what. Hey, Bill, I'm gonna play it right after the break. So keep your radio on. I'm gonna find the old classic call where we used to wake up OJ, and then we put Michelle on the phone. He wanted no part of us, but when we had Michelle call him, he was like, "Hey, baby, all right, hey, I'll play it next. Thank you, Bill. Have a great one."
Yeah, you still don't win anything.
Yeah. All right. 9:20 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, I'm going to dig up that old OJ thing. And that works because I had an OJ joke a little earlier with the overturned OJ truck down in Bradenton. It's just, the theme continues.
It's amazing what people remember.
Yeah. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. So I know I have it on a CD, so I'm going to play that next. And then just a lot of other crap. Hey, Gwennneth Paltro. Who mentioned Gwennneth Paltro earlier?
We were talking about house splitting.
Oh,
the
that's
house
right.
Dividing, house breakup,
and that
house divorce.
What'd you say, Gwennneth Paltrow? You read Michelle?
Yeah, when she first married this new husband,
they lived separately.
Right, they had 2 houses, and
Wow.
she's like, "It's great because you spend the time with the husband, and then he goes home. She gets a couple of nights a week by herself."
Well, guess what Gwennneth Paltrow has ditched? After years of doing this, Gwennneth Paltrow is sick of it. Listen, I could have told you this.
Those little balls that she's putting up her hoo-ha.
Stop.
That's what she was into before, right?
Or
the candles.
Her candles that
Whatever.
smell like. All right, hold on. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. Man, we got a lot of stuff next. Don't move. Back in minutes. MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104. 9:29 at the MJ Morning Show. I found the OJ calls. Yeah, we have OJ stuff on a couple of CDs. I have all the old MJ and BJ and MJ CDs, the crotchety old man calls and the other material. I have all the CDs here in the studio. So it was on our third CD when we made a series of calls to OJ. I'm going to play the track. This is from Crotchety Christmas 2, and it's track 4. So the caller just before the break brought up the calls to OJ. And remember the one where Michelle tried to pick up OJ. Here, listen to this. This is classic stuff.
Well, I think it's obvious that OJ has had his problems over the past couple of years.
And to be quite honest, we are part of the problem. We've had OJ's home number for a while. Here's a series of calls that we've made to OJ very, very early in the morning, California time. The first one from my lovely wife, Michelle. She's trying to pick him up.
Hello?
OJ.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who?
Who is that?
Hey, it's Michelle. You know, from the party the other night?
Hey, man. Hello?
Tall, brunette, big breasts. I was thinking about coming over and snuggling. Would you like me to come over and snuggle?
Who is it?
Michelle? You know, from the party?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of coming over and snuggling. But you gotta promise me one thing.
What's that?
Just don't kill me! If I come over and snuggle, you won't kill me?
Oh, cut it. God.
Michelle, that was perfect.
All right. Is there more? Yeah. I think there's more. Hang on.
Hello.
OJ, hey, it's Bill. Remember me? We met at the, are you sleeping?
No.
OJ, hey, it's Bill. Why don't we go play golf today? Oh, I'm sorry. They're taking your golf clubs. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, hey, can I borrow your Chevy Suburban? Oh. They're taking his Heisman Trophy, too, right?
Yeah. Taking it off the shelves, baby. Coming in to get it.
Yeah.
OJ, what if we just sat around and stared at your Heisman Trophy? It's early there, too.
Hello.
Mr. Simpson, I'm sorry to bug you so early in the morning. This is O.J. Simpson, correct?
Yeah.
This is Bill Bartlett. I'm with Red Rum Movers, and we took your piano last Friday, and I need to make arrangements today to get your piano back. Maybe sometime afternoon, possibly? Is that okay? Sometime afternoon? Sir, I realize it's only 5:39 in the morning. I do apologize, but, we get an early start here at the Red Rum Piano Movers.
Okay.
How about afternoon? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you going to be at the house?
Yeah.
All right, because we're bringing the piano back today. As a matter of fact, we're loading it up onto the truck right now. Guys, be careful. Oh, my God.
What?
They just smashed the piano. They just smashed. Oh, by the way, you know what Red Rum Movers is backwards? It's murder. Murder Movers.
Oh,
man. I forgot about some of those.
I miss OJ.
Oh, man. Yeah, OJ, don't rest in peace.
Yeah.
They killed Ron and Nicole.
Rest in hell.
9:33 at the Fun with OJ, folks. Yeah, the crap that we did over the years, man. I only remember about 12% of what we did. 9:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, thank you, Consumer Reports. Consumer Reports has just put out a list of the 10 really risky food items right now. And apparently, you should avoid these food items right now, according to Consumer Reports. New survey by CR, Consumer Reports, lists the 10 riskiest foods in the USA based on recalls and the numbers of people getting sick. So, number one, you should avoid deli meat. Okay.
What? I eat deli meat all the time.
I don't think I've ever gotten sick from deli meat.
No.
I've never. So, Consumer Reports, I'm sorry, I'm not going to avoid, deli meat. I don't eat a ton of deli meat, but listen, a good deli sandwich or whatever, I'm not worried about it. Number two, cucumbers.
Cucumbers all the time.
No.
I just made a poke bowl last week. Last week I made the poke bowl. And, I had a block of Saku bluefin frozen tuna. I defrosted it. I cubed it up. Added my Japanese sesame oil, some shichimi, some sriracha, some soy sauce, some sesame seeds, mixed it all up, made a great bluefin tuna poke. And then I have my, my zojirushi rice cooker with some Japanese-grown koshiakori sticky rice. I added some edamame. I added some shredded cabbage.
Did you get to the cucumbers?
And then I added cucumbers. And guess what? I am still here. Consumer Reports, I did not get sick.
Well, you know what this ruins? My Kentucky Derby party this weekend.
Oh, that's right. The cucumber
sandwiches. Yes. Oh,
that's right. Kentucky Derby is Saturday.
Oh.
What's the weather supposed to be like for the Derby? Because Kentucky has been very, very wet.
Yeah.
Kentucky's got just a schnitload of rain.
You're having a Kentucky Derby party?
Yeah, me and Chloe and her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I take it back.
I'm not invited.
Well, you're not going to be here.
Yeah, going to see my parents this weekend. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Let me check the weather.
Rain during the week, dry by race day.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, because a couple of years ago, was it like 2019? I think it was a muddy track.
Mm-hmm.
What was the year they had to put the horse down right on the track?
Oh, jeez, that's awful. Yeah. Cucumbers, according to Consumer Reports, cucumbers and salmonella, it's been, over 664 illnesses.
I'll take my chances. What's next?
And 173 reported hospitalizations in 2024 due to cucumbers. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not avoiding cucumbers. So far, I'm following none of the Consumer Reports advice. I'm having deli meat. I'm having cucumbers. Next, avoid raw milk and raw cheese.
Well, we don't do that.
I don't drink raw milk, and I don't think I eat raw cheese. I think when I do use a milk or cheese product, I do believe that it is pasteurized.
Where do you even find raw milk?
Louis Pasteur. What?
Where do you even find raw milk? You have to buy it straight from the farmer?
Yeah, I probably got to stop at some Amish roadside stand or something. I don't know. Speaking of the Amish, I'm excited. Hey, Bobby. Hey, UPS Bobby, you should have my pretzels.
Oh.
Seriously, today's I ordered my favorite Amish pretzels. I ordered another 10-pound bag of broken, hard special pretzels from my favorite Amish pretzel bakery. Folks, I'm so excited because I ran out actually probably a month. You know what? I ran out just before I went to the Philippines for the scuba diving vacation. So I've been out for a while. I've been out for almost 2 months. So I just ordered a new 10-pound bag. And whenever I mention my Amish hard pretzels, I love them. So I order the ones without salt. You can get salt, extra salt. I order the 10-pound bag of broken hard pretzels. These are the big, thick pretzels. I like the broken ones. No salt. And I'm telling you right now, I love these things. It's Martin's Pretzel Bakery in Akron, Pennsylvania. Not Ohio. These Amish folks, man, they know how to make a freaking pretzel, man. I love them. Yeah.
All right, next, number 4.
So Martin's Pretzel Bakery in Akron, Pennsylvania. All right, and that's not on the Consumer Reports list.
No.
And Bobby, my UPS guy, my pretzels are on the truck right now. Please handle that package with care. Bobby's the best UPS driver ever, by the way. Yeah, he doesn't get better than Bobby, my UPS guy.
Nope.
Cotija and queso fresco cheese. What the hell's that?
Oh, yeah. Do you mean cojito or cotija?
It's cotija. It's Cotija. Cotija.
I just bought a bag of that.
Did you really?
It's like the consistency of like Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
But you put it on like Mexican street corn.
Apparently last year there were 23 hospitalizations because of that stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Fester.
Oh, see, this is where Consumer Reports is getting a little crazy. Eggs. Okay, all right, Consumer. You know, I don't know if I've ever had food poisoning. I don't know if I've ever been that sick that I would consider it food poisoning.
I can't recall a time that would have,
Right?
Yeah.
You've known me for a long time. When did I have food poisoning? You know, that is so overused. You know, people, I had food poisoning. I know people that have had food poisoning like 107 times. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Fester.
I had a can of New England clam chowder that might have had botulism.
What?
But that's on me for eating it. It was all bloated and soft.
Stop. Have you ever had food poisoning?
I think so. I think I had a botulism can of New England clam chowder.
Oh my gosh.
What brand was it? Don't say it. You know,
I've never had this soup brand since.
Oh, okay.
It was Progressive.
Was it?
It was my. I mean, it's not the bottle.
Was the can swollen to 3 times its normal size?
But I had Progresso.
Were the tops and bottoms bloated and puffed out?
I've never had a can of Progresso.
Was soup leaking out of a seam?
It was moist.
I've had numerous Progresso soups over the years,
fine
and
product.
I've never had any problems with Progresso. All right, can I say something that might alarm some people?
All right, give it to us.
I find the word botulism funny. It's a funny word. I'm sorry. It's it can be deadly, but I find botulism, that's just funny to me.
When I was a kid, I stole a tub of cake icing from my parents' pantry.
Yeah.
And I took it into my room and I started eating it like 1 or 2 scoops a night.
Yeah.
And my mother was straightening up my room and putting something away, and she found the chocolate icing and she has it. She goes, "You can't eat food like this. You're gonna get the botulism."
You're gonna get the botulism. Yeah, I tell you, next time we play Make Dave Laugh, my first word to Dave Legaretta is gonna be botulism. I'm sorry.
It's something you want to laugh at and stay away from, both at the same time.
So what is this about eggs? Yeah, Consumer Reports advises throwing away eggs with broken shells. You know what, Mish? You're a stickler for that.
Oh, yeah, I won't eat that.
I'll find the broken shell. I'm like, oh, come on, just eat the damn egg. And Michelle will not, even like a little denty crack, Michelle will not eat the egg.
Mm-hmm. It's no good.
I've eaten them. I have not had problems. I've eaten a cracked egg.
You've got a stomach of steel over there.
Not like busted. Not like the whole damn thing, like the top is off like a convertible and the eggs are leaking out into the container. But a little dimple crack.
There's really not much difference. Once it's compromised, it's compromised. That's it. Don't eat it.
A lot of times the shell will be cracked, but the lining will still be intact. I still pitch it.
I mean, me too.
So according to Consumer Reports, last year, 93 illnesses and 34 hospitalizations. People that ate crack, whatever. Next on the list, Consumer Reports says don't eat onions. Okay. Right. What, after the McDonald's deal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just taking like isolated incidents. Remember in the Midwest or something, McDonald's had the pre-made chopped onions that they use on the burgers. and there
They
was
had something in them. Like
there was salmon, E. coli. There was E. coli in some of the onions, and some people got sick. I think 104 reported illness. One person actually died. But I'm sorry, that's not going to keep me away from onions. Oh, Consumer Reports now says, be careful, don't eat leafy greens. Okay, no salads for me. Roughage is out. Get out of here. Yeah. Last year, 117 illnesses, 36 reported hospitalizations, and 1 death due to E. coli found in leafy roughage.
Whatever. Wash your kale.
Raw carrots. Don't eat raw carrots. I love raw carrots. I've eaten tons of raw carrots.
Why no raw carrots?
Do you take the skin off of raw carrots?
No. I wash thoroughly. I use my toothbrush. I use my Philips Sonicare. I get my Philips Sonicare toothbrush, and I scrub my raw. No, I don't take, because there's some of the best fiber, I believe, is on the skin.
Yeah, I get yelled at Fester for doing that. I'm not allowed to take the skin off the carrot.
I eat the skin. I just wash the carrot thoroughly, but I eat the skin. Sorry, Consumer. You know what? I'm not following any of Consumer Reports' advice. As far as I'm concerned, Consumer Reports CR, go to hell. All right? Also on their no-eat list, organic basil. Get out of here. And then there's also a warning for cooked poultry and meat.
Okay, so this sounds like pretty much everything we eat.
Essentially, turn it to Karen Carpenter.
Yeah.
Okay? Give me a break. Yeah. I love this. Fester sends me the story last night.
What is it?
And Fester says, nope, too little. Fester sends me a story about a whole semi-truck overturned carrying dimes.
That's a lot of work, man.
And Fester's like, you know what? It's got to be at least an overturned truck with quarters for me to get out and start picking them up.
I ain't got time for a dime, I tell you right now. I mean, how many dimes you have to pick up to make any serious money? I mean, quarters, that's different.
This
Scoop
is
up
in
$10 at a time.
Alvord, Texas. I've never heard of this place. Alvord. Where the hell is Alvord, Texas? Tons of highway workers, tons of crew out picking up a tractor trailer load of dimes that spilled all over U.S. Highway 287 in Wise County, Texas. Where the hell is that?
Looks like it's about 50 or 60 miles to the
west of Fort Worth?
Yeah, northwest of Fort Worth. Yeah, it's up here.
All right. That looks like desolate, like nothing country out there. That looks like the worst place. Looks like the surface of Mars out there. All right, so this truck overturns. The highway was shut down for hours and hours. Workers used vacuum cleaners to suck up coins.
Yeah, just carry around shop vacs.
One person was picking them up by hand, but they had a whole bunch of shop vacs out there. So an 18-wheeler was carrying just tons of loose dimes.
What was the plan?
I don't know. And did these come from one of the mints? Were they headed toward maybe like the Federal Reserve in Dallas, Fort Worth? Or, I don't know. But an 18-wheeler loaded with dimes, not nickels, not pennies, all dimes, a truckload of dimes, hundreds of thousands of. Do you know how many dimes make up hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Yeah, like $20 worth, right?
Oh my!
Hundreds of thousands. It'd be millions. It'd be millions and millions.
It's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of dimes.
$100,000 is a million dimes.
Jesus, that's unbelievable. Yeah, this had to be coming from the mint or something.
Were they rolled?
I mean, that's
because if they're rolled, then it's,
No, they were loose.
Easy. Yeah. Rolled dimes I would stop and pick up.
Yeah, that's easy. That's like $10 in a roll.
Yeah, I mean.
No, it's $10, 100.
I used to be a teller.
It's $10 per roll of dimes,
and
right?
dimes are so little. It's
yes,
fun.
yes.
Well,
yes.
Quarters are $10 too. So pennies are $1, right? Pennies are
they?
Pennies are 50-cent
pennies
rolls.
Are 50 cents.
Okay, so 50-cent rolls are pennies.
Mm-hmm.
Nickels are $5, right? Nickels are $2?
$2. Yeah.
All right,
so it's 40 nickels.
Holy
$2.
crap! I don't know my rolls.
Michelle, I don't think it's $10 on dimes.
Wait a minute. I think Michelle's right.
A roll of dimes is 50, so it's $5 in dimes.
Oh, it's $5.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so quarters are $10.
Quarters
dimes
are $10.
Quarters are $10.
Yeah.
Nickels are $2 and pennies are 50.
So at least if it's rolled, but I'm saying like it's rolled, it's much easier to pick up. You don't have to, you
right.
could run around with your hands and like grab it. You don't have to, scrape it.
This is loose change,
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
dollars.
So which direction were they going?
I don't see what direction they were headed.
What a
just
mess,
on U.S. Highway 81/287.
But would you ever think the semi-truck next
Oh,
to you is
hang on. It was right near Farm Road 1655.
Farm Road 65.
Guess what? There's a farm stand there where I can get some raw milk.
Listen, I think it's not coming from the bank because at the bank we used to roll them and then you would send them in.
All right, we brought up Gwennneth Paltro.
Yeah.
Gwennneth Paltro, I guess, is changing her lifestyle. So one of the things that Gwennneth Paltro has avoided for years, because she was on this paleo diet. So just like the proteins, the meats and stuff. So Gwennneth Paltrow was avoiding all breads and pastas. Guess what she's saying now? I'm sick of it. So now she's diving all in on pastas and breads.
It's a hard diet to keep up. If you're going to put yourself on a really restricted carb diet, you cut out potatoes and breads and pastas. It's really tough.
Can I tell you right now that life without pasta is not worth living?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I could never do the Giselle Bundchen Tom Brady diet.
Oh, screw them.
Yeah.
And Tom's aversion to nightshades. Just force feed me nightshades. Come on.
Do you even know what those are?
Yeah, it's like potatoes and
okay.
that kind of stuff.
Making stuff that grows in the ground.
Yeah, I love nightshades.
Name another one.
Sweet potato, probably carrots. Are carrots nightshades?
Can you name one that doesn't end in an O? Potato, tomato, potato, tomato.
Eggplant parmesan.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a nightshade. What about mushrooms? I don't think mushrooms are. Anyway, I love nightshade. I like anything. So Gwennneth Paltrow, after all these years of her ultra strict paleo diet, she avoided pastas. She avoided breads. Yet now she says she's done. She's sick of the caveman diet, and now she's just diving all in on pasta. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Along with her drinking during the wildfires.
I gotta say, I kind of loved Gwennneth.
I like Gwennneth Paltrow. I don't have a problem with her.
Oh, people have problems with her.
I have no problem with Gwennneth Paltrow.
I love her because of the reasons why people have problems.
I want to
with
sniff her candles.
Oh, I
all right,
I'm going to shut up.
All right, before we get out of here.
Hang
on, let me see. I just want to make sure that I covered everything I teased. All right, one last thing before we get out. I love this. This might be my favorite item of the day. The last story of the day might be my phone call with the scammer was pretty damn good.
Well, dude, so we got to play that tomorrow twice.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to play it for the early crowd, then the late crowd, and maybe even again for the middle crowd.
I think just open the show with it tomorrow.
That's too early.
So the people who are like waking up with the alarm, they're going to be like, "What the heck is happening?"
Maybe, folks, if you missed the phone call with the jury scam attempt, the whole scam going around, we get a phone call, you miss jury duty, you're going to be arrested, you got to send money right now. It happened to a friend of mine who then called me in with the scammers, and I played with them like a toy. And I've got a 3-minute phone call, 2 minutes and 51 seconds, and it's hysterical if I don't say so myself. All right, so last thing, you know about the issue with like remote workers and hiring people, and the concern that you're gonna inadvertently hire somebody from North Korea, and then they're gonna get into your network and plant all kinds of bombs and all kinds of bugs and steal all kinds of crap. And
that's a real thing. Like people are worried about hiring somebody remotely from North Korea.
This is a real deal, because you got a lot of remote workers, computer workers, and you have a whole cadre of tens of thousands of North Koreans that are in North Korea pretending to be. They do dialect courses to sound like they're, whether they're European or whether they're American. I mean, this is. First of all, the thievery, the theft, the intellectual property theft, the outright theft of money and Bitcoin. The North Koreans are, they're funding all their military and all of their infrastructural costs through just outright theft, because they don't do anything, because their people are starving. They're eating dirt and bugs and tree bark, all right? And leaves. So the Korean situation has turned into like a scam farm where you have North Koreans that are trained to try to get jobs in the West and then try to rip off the companies. Guess what the number one way is to figure out if you're dealing with a North Korean so you can avoid hiring them and potentially getting robbed blind? This is hysterical. This is when you're interviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the number one question. If you're interviewing a North Korean, if you ask this question, you flush them right out.
Oh, no.
What's their favorite food?
Nope.
Is it something that simple?
This is funny simple.
What do you like to do for fun or something like that? And their answer is just pictures of Kim Jong-un?
This is fantastic. It does have to do with Kim Jong-un. The question that an interviewer should ask is, how fat is Kim Jong-un? They will not answer because they'll be exemocuted. Yeah. That's how you flush them out. You ask how. You will find out if you're dealing with some kind of North Korean phony trying to infiltrate your company if you ask them, how fat is Kim Jong-un? I love that. That's hysterical. We got to roll. 9:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Cash Kitty's next. So the 10 o'clock Cash Kitty word happens in minutes. Right here on Q105, we'll give you the new word. We'll give you the text number again. You text the word to the number, and then you sit back and see if you're randomly selected by the computer to win $1,000. $1,000. Oh, and also don't forget, get your entries in for the Banco MJ Morning Show Mother's Day Garage Door Opener giveaway. We're giving away 5 top-of-the-line LiftMaster 87504 garage door openers. We're giving away 5 of them next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day, someone's going to win a garage door opener. Just send me an email. This is how you enter. Send me an email on why mom deserves and why mom needs a garage door opener. Top of the line. This is a $1,000 prize, and we're giving away 5 of them next week. So you send me an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com and tell me why mom deserves a garage door opener, and we're going to pick the best stories. Real story, fake story, funny story, sad story. Hey, mom, if you want to enter yourself, go right ahead. All right, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere.